My descendants burn incense and worship me like a true immortal. Welcome back, brave explorers of impossible worlds. We are excited to have you here to continue this odyssey together. Before we continue, everything you'll hear is pure fiction, so please don't try to replicate combat techniques at home. This wonderful story and all its rights belong to its brilliant original author. We are only the messengers of entertainment. Want another dose of adventure? Subscribe to our YouTube channel so you don't miss a single chapter, and if you can't wait, our Patreon has exclusive surprises you'll love. Chapter 251 Short Video, The Industrious Succubus. Yang Fu was diligently working inside, showing absolutely no intention of punishing the succubus, leaving Yang Genshuo watching in vain. Fortunately, he had already recorded 2 hours of succubus footage, in 4K Blu-ray quality, all real footage, with extremely high clarity. I also need to learn from the spirit of those predecessors and share good stuff with everyone. No wonder I watched so many Japanese films with subtitles back then. He edited a 1-minute pure succubus video, titled Diligent Succubus Real Succubus One-Handed Shooting Not Watching Eisner A Man Anime, and uploaded it to his newly opened Douyin account, Getting Closer to Succubi. If it goes viral, help me sell some products too. He had it all planned out. These people who like succubi are all perverts, so surely some of them have a kidney deficiency, right? They'll need to take some medicine, won't they? They can just contact him to buy medicine. Wouldn't that be awesome? Recently, Chengbo's lab has completely emptied its coffers. After selling a batch of spirit wine, there's been no further activity for a while. It seems that everyone who is interested has bought it all and is now in a state of stagnation. Yang Genshuo has a big idea that requires a lot of money, so he's decided to step in and help promote his family's medicine. The Yang family has reached such a point that the medicine they used to use to repair the bodies of low-level martial artists is now inexhaustible. Yang Genshuo plans to lower the price and increase production. He can then tell his old customers that more buyers mean increased production and lower costs, and they'll understand. What if they don't understand? Get out of the way. Do I need to consider your mood when I lower prices? Whether this deal is successful or not is crucial to the Yang family's plans in the Donai dynasty. In the blink of an eye, 3 years have passed in the game, and the 50-year deadline is drawing ever closer. There's still no hope of defeating the Golden Core stage demon race. If they don't want everything to be ruined, Yang Genshuo needs to step in. And for Yang Genshuo to step in, he needs a huge amount of money. Fortunately, there's a way. It's better than having no way at all. Yang Genshuo uploaded the video, then casually edited 2 1-minute clips from different angles as a backup, to be released tomorrow and the day after. In the short time Yang Genshuo was doing this, a month had fast-forwarded through the game. The succubi, punished for seducing the city lord, were finally finished clearing land outside the city for a month. The pampered succubi had never done such rough work before, and they were immediately subdued. None of them dared to speak casually in front of City Lord Yang Fu, and they all quietly returned to their families, staying indoors. In the succubus courtyard, one by one, the succubi removed their light and sexy clothes, applying herbs to the blisters on their feet and hands. After a month of wind and sun, their delicate skin had become somewhat rough, and the succubi felt sorry for them, all denouncing Yang Fu. That city lord is ungrateful. He actually made us sisters do such lowly work that only lowly demons do. A whole month. I feel like I've never done so much work in my life. Those 2 evil eyes are constantly watching us. We can't even rest for a moment. The city lord really doesn't know how to cherish women. Clan leader, you have to think of a way. If this continues, our succubus clan's transcendent status will be in jeopardy, and the other demons will be in trouble. What? It's so scary. As the clan leader, Yao Yaozi did the most work, and Yang Fu didn't spoil her at all. Especially after reading Gongsun Taixu's diary, he punished her severely. What if she became like Gongsun Taixu? She couldn't imagine it. He still had a beautiful wife and children at home. Yao Yaozi looked exhausted, lying on her side on the animal skin chair, her brows furrowed. Even so, she still had a pitiful charm. If a man were there, he would probably pity her. This city lord is different. He seems very wary of our succubus race and deliberately keeps his distance from us. Perhaps we were too enthusiastic, which backfired. In the past month, from what I've observed, City Lord Yang seems extremely concerned about the livelihood of the people in Zhangyang City. He's inspected it many times and even personally used his own money to help some of the elderly, weak, sick, and disabled demons. He might be a compassionate and kind-hearted city lord. We should change our approach with this kind of city lord. Winning their hearts is the best strategy. Late at night, Yang Fu returned from his inspection of Zhangyang City, rubbing his head. Evil eye, stay. You can all go back and rest. Yes, city lord. His two personal guards bowed and left. In Zhangyang City, apart from the city lord, everyone was a demon. The guards were no exception. One was a minotaur, and the other a dark elf. Both were at the early foundation establishment stage, the most powerful force in Zhangyang City. With them around, they could basically suppress everything, so the city lord rarely needed to lift a finger. The reason these two became the city lord's personal guards was because they both possessed some human blood, allowing them to cultivate quickly and be closer to humans, refusing to acknowledge themselves as demons. On the spirit continent, demons were a vulnerable group, even lower in status than black demons. Being able to escape this race and claim a human identity was naturally highly desirable. Due to their bloodline, these two were inherently staunchly loyal to the city lord, even more so than the two demon eyes. Therefore, their status in Zhangyang City was extremely high. After leaving, the two put their arms around each other's shoulders. The black elf winked and said, "Let's go to that little tavern to listen to the little widow Medusa sing." The minotaur frowned. "The widow, where's your husband?" Her husband wasn't paying attention once, staring into her eyes and getting petrified. "That's no fun. I'm not going." The minotaur shook his head, shouldering his axe, and prepared to go home. "No way. All the succubi went home today. Maybe some of them will come out to earn some extra money tonight." "Succubi? They all belong to the city lord." "Forget it. Hey, you stubborn mule. And your little sister-in-law is coming today too." "I have to go." The minotaur took the lead, carrying his axe and striding towards the tavern. "Don't forget what the city lord asked us to find out. I'll be working diligently until my little sister-in-law comes," the minotaur said earnestly. I can't talk to you." The dark elf was handsome, powerful, and of high status. He had several lovers in Zhangyang City, but his minotaur brother had rather discerning taste. This city lord seems different from the previous ones. Perhaps Zhangyang City can still be saved. After the two guards left, Yang Fu gave instructions to the two evil eyes. "After a month of visits, I've gained a general understanding of Zhangyang City. The city lord has a discerning eye. The city lord is diligent in governing." The two evil eyes praised him while skillfully massaging Yang Fu's shoulders and back with their tentacles. "I previously said this place is roughly similar to my hometown, the Donai dynasty." That was an understatement. The standard of living in Zhangyang City is comparable to when we were ravaged by demonic cultivators. How come it's already the 5017th year of the human era, and people are still starving to death? "They are demons who are starving to death," the evil eye reminded him. "You think you're very clever." The two evil eyes were suddenly startled. "I wouldn't dare." Yang Fu was about to continue talking about Zhangyang City when one of the evil eyes flashed and reported, "City Lord, Yao Yaozi from the succubus clan has come to visit you." "Oh? She dares to come? Hasn't she finished farming?" "Very well, let her in. I'll see how much more she wants to farm." As soon as Yao Yaozi arrived, she pounced on Yang Fu's body. "Lord of the city, please save our succubus race." Chapter 252. "Hey, why are you so dull, you human?" Looking at Yao Yaozi's tear-streaked, exquisitely beautiful appearance, Yang Fu couldn't believe she was 200 years old. She looked at most like a 30-year-old woman, and one who embodied all the best qualities of that age: alluring, sexy, and flawless in figure. Her clothing was daring and provocative, every glance revealed glimpses of white skin. To be honest, Yang Fu had never seen such a captivating beauty, a creature seemingly born to seduce men. This was why he had punished these succubi by sending them to clear the wilderness. Otherwise, having them constantly hovering in front of him would be too much of a test of willpower. Watching Yao Yaozi's performance, he said calmly, "As far as I know, the succubus clan is the wealthiest family in Zhangyang City. Do you really need someone to save you? That's merely the city lord's benevolence. If you want our wealth, you can take it all, then I'll have Lao Niu and Lao He take stock tomorrow." Hearing this, Yao Yaozi quickly sobbed softly. "Wah, city lord, I have to support hundreds of my clansmen. If you take away this little bit of wealth, the succubus clan will likely be left to wander the streets, disheveled and filthy. You'll never see the exquisitely dressed succubi again. It's a deal. Double happiness." Yang Fu was overjoyed. What could be better than this? Yao Yaozi was stunned, blinking her alluring, peach blossom eyes. Wait, why aren't you following the script? It's not like I'm playing the victim, you pity me, then I retreat, you advance, and then, today is the day to appease the succubi? Seeing Yao Yaozi's bewildered expression, Yang Fu's smile faded, and he said calmly, Clan Chief Yao Yao, stop with the pretense and get straight to the point. If there's nothing else, I have work to do. Yao Yaozi then realized she'd been tricked by Yang Fu. She bit her rosy lips, glanced at Yang Fu, and said with red eyes, Lord City Lord, what I said before was absolutely true. Our succubus clan is weak, and we've only barely survived thanks to your protection all these years. If you don't want us, all of us succubi will be devoured by these uncouth demons, becoming their playthings, with no hope of ever rising again. Hearing this, Yang Fu became slightly more serious. Under my rule, such a thing will not happen. All demons must abide by the law. You just need to do your own jobs. If such a thing does occur, I will take action. I want to believe you. You are a good city lord, the best city lord I've ever met in all these years. But, our succubus race really cannot lose its former status, otherwise everything will change. We succubi will be bullied to death. Even if we are lucky enough not to become playthings, we will no longer be able to maintain our purity to serve our city lord. Yang Fu frowned slightly, deep in thought. There was some truth to this. Everyone's favorite thing to do is to kick someone when they're down, to trample a once high and mighty fairy into the mortal realm. That unique sense of satisfaction is irresistible. Everyone has this dark side in their heart, something Yang Fu learned from the thick black theory given to him by his ancestor. Seeing Yang Fu pondering, Yao Yaozi pressed her advantage, saying, Lord City Lord, please accept our succubus clan. I'm willing to serve you wholeheartedly, taking care of everything in your life so you can go to work comfortably every day. I'm doing this for the first time too. Seeing your extraordinary demeanor, I couldn't help but say this. My father has been, your father is missing, your mother is ill, and you have a whole family to support. Are you inexperienced, eh? Yang Fu chuckled at Yao Yaozi's surprise. As far as I know, that's what you and Lord Gongsun said, right? In these past 5 years, haven't you had any feelings for Lord Gongsun? He barely left, and you're already here. Seeing her rhetoric exposed, Yao Yaozi wasn't annoyed. She said firmly, I don't care who the city lord is, I only want to be the city lord's wife, or any of my sisters will do, as long as you choose a succubus to be your city lord's wife. This is our race's way of survival, we have no other choice. At that moment, Yang Fu even sensed a hint of destiny. Then he thought, pure nonsense, if you don't like working, just say so. Why all the excuses? Will you starve to death by working? You had no choice before, but from now on, you can be good demons. Go back. Don't mention this again, or you'll have to spend at least 3 months clearing the land, okay? Yao Yaozi left with a resentful look. Inside the city lord's mansion, the two evil eyes immediately launched into a barrage of flattery. Clearly, the succubus clan's scheme failed. The city lord is indeed a prophet. He actually knew her methods. City Lord Gongsun couldn't withstand it back then. City Lord Yang is no ordinary person. How could he be compared to that Gongsun Take-Su? I believe City Lord Yang will definitely achieve the great Dao of immortality in the future. Don't forget us. Seeing the two evil eyes going on and on, Yang Fu waved his hand. Alright, stop chattering and continue talking about the hunger in Zhangyang City. I see many demons are starving. You two are supposed to be all-knowing. Tell me what's going on. Evil Eye 1 immediately said, demons are lazy. They do enough work to eat 2 meals and then rest for a day. When there's no work, they go hungry. Evil Eye 2 wasn't to be outdone. Zhangyang City has too few arable spiritual fields. When the city was planned, no one expected so many demons to come. So the spiritual fields included in the formation aren't enough to feed so many demons, which is why many demons are constantly starving. Hearing Evil Eye's explanation, Yang Fu nodded. That makes some sense, but neither gets to the heart of the matter. The laziness of demons can be changed. My Yang family has a divine book that can teach people to be diligent and virtuous. We can use that to reform the demons, Evil Eye exclaimed. There's such a divine book. Yang Fu took out a book called 100 Free Draws upon login from his stored ring. You two should study this carefully. By the way, it also comes with a cultivation technique. I see you two have so many tentacles, it's perfect for you. Yang Fu then pulled out a copy of 100 Lightning Whips. The two evil eyes accepted it, deciding to study this divine book thoroughly when they got back. Compared to the fact that there are few spiritual fields, That's indeed a huge reason. Even if I have the succubus cultivate a few abandoned fields, the profits will be very limited, far from enough to feed all the demons. But there is a solution to this problem, and that is trade. As long as Zhangyang City can produce some valuable items, sell them to the surrounding cities, and then exchange them for spiritual food, everyone can be fed, and it can even drive the development of the entire Zhangyang City. Demons are not allowed to leave Zhangyang City. The formation here firmly locks them in. Once they enter, they can't get out. Yang Fu also cannot make the demons escape. The formation automatically intercepts them. This fourth-grade formation, which can withstand the Golden Core stage, only grants Yang Fu the right to use, not complete control, as he holds the City Lord's token. Upon hearing this, the two evil eyes were immediately filled with admiration. As expected of the City Lord, you truly have a solution. It sounds like Zhangyang City is about to be revitalized. We didn't follow the wrong person. The City Lord is unparalleled. Yang Fu slapped the two evil eyes with a look of disgust. Alright, stop with the nonsense. The only problem now is, does Zhangyang City have any specialties? Surely the demon race has some unique characteristics. The two evil eyes exchanged a glance. Zhangyang City's specialty is succubi. Most of the succubi nowadays have human blood, making them more aesthetically pleasing to humans than the original demon succubi. Human cultivators from other cities are willing to pay a high price to come to Zhangyang City and share the pleasures with the succubi, but previous city lords have always considered succubi as their assets and have never allowed it. Perhaps you, Yang Fu covered his head. I think I understand why the other demons want to kill you too. You're really not going to do anything demonic. It was impossible to expect these two evil eyes to find a good solution. Fortunately, Yang Fu had already visited many places and had several alternative plans in mind. Continue with me on the visits tomorrow. By the way, you two, see if old Neo and old He have found out anything about a mysterious formation. Not yet. Upon hearing about the formation, the two evil eyes' tentacles shrank, looking extremely frustrated. So many years have passed, and we've never even seen that formation. It's really unworthy of the title of Evil Eyes, Lord City Lord. Is it possible that City Lord Gongsun is mistaken? Yang Fu shook his head. Impossible. He mentioned it several times in his diary, and even captured one, but we've never seen City Lord Gongsun capture any suspicious demons and imprison them. It's strange, it feels like this never happened. Yang Fu felt a hazy sensation on his body and said calmly, Gongsun Takesu has no reason to deliberately write a little yellow diary to deceive me. You've probably forgotten, the two evil eyes only had key refining stage cultivation. Apart from their racial talent of seeing very distant things, they were utterly useless in other aspects, practically weaklings. So it's possible someone tampered with it. The fact that the two evil eyes didn't remember this made Yang Fu even more convinced that this group of demons calling themselves the Night Demon Palace were definitely not simple. They had to find them. Find my ass, I can barely survive. Isn't there a single clean place in this wretched city? Feng soon cursed as he walked through the streets of Zhangyang City. The peculiar smell of the demons around him and the various shapes of excrement on the streets made him extremely uncomfortable. He knew the city was backward, but he hadn't expected it to be this backward. Whether it was their Sky Garden dynasty or the Cloud Hidden Spirit sect, both were sects ethereal and untouched by worldly dust. They had never encountered such a harsh environment in their lives. Feng soon felt his spiritual energy was being polluted. Damn City Lord, you're comfortably staying in the City Lord's mansion while I'm down here working myself to death searching for those strange demons. He even considered moving into the City Lord's mansion, but after careful consideration, he realized it would be detrimental to concealing his identity, so he gave up the idea. Where is this formation? I've searched the whole city and haven't seen anything. Thud. A small, dark goblin collapsed in front of him, weakly crying out, Senior Feng Mo, please give me some more food. I'm starving. Feng soon looked helpless. Eat, eat, eat. All you know is food. You little brat, you've asked me for food 3 times this month. Do you think I won't lose my temper? Do you think I won't lose my temper? The little goblin trembled with fear, then knelt and backed away. Come back. I'm done losing my temper, here you go. Feng soon tossed out a bag of sesame seed cakes, which the skinny little goblin quickly picked up and wolfed down. What a lousy city, can't even feed a little brat. The city lord is probably just a dog who only knows how to play with succubi. He usually avoided the city lord, and his understanding was basically based on stereotypes about the lower class demons here. Suddenly, Pairs of green eyes appeared in the dark street, staring at Feng Sun. Feng Sun was immediately on high alert. Hey! I really don't have that much money. If you're hungry, go to the city lord's mansion. Don't try to fleece an old demon like me. Then a group of weak goblin demons emerged from the street, looking pitifully at Feng Sun. Old ancestor Feng demon, hungry food, damn the demon god. Eat up, you little brats will stuff yourselves to death sooner or later. Feng Sun bought a huge pile of food from a street vendor and threw it to them. After arriving in Zhangyang City, Feng Sun, disguised as the old monster Feng demon, felt himself swearing more and more, drifting further and further away from his former identity as a prodigy of the 12 dynasties. The group of goblins, now full, surrounded Feng Sun, chattering about what they had seen on the street. I ran into the new city lord on the street today. He was so imposing. He even said he'd make sure we're well fed from now on. Well fed? I wake up hungry every night and eat some night beans, then go back to sleep. Night beans don't fill you up, and they make you sleepy. I saw a demon eat too much and just passed out in his sleep. The next day, several tattooed demons had to collect his body. Suddenly, Feng Sun's eyes narrowed. What did you just say? Tattooed? What do they look like? Well, like a big eye. Several of them have that tattoo. Feng Sun took a symbol from his mission book and condensed it in front of him with wind spirit power. Is it this? Yes, yes. Old ancestor Wind Demon, how did you know? Very good. I didn't feed you little brats for nothing. Take me to that place where they collect corpses. Yang Fu showed the two evil-eyed demons the symbol of the Night Demon Palace of the Demon Clan again. Remember, very good. If you see any demons with this tattoo, report to me immediately. Yang Fu didn't know if the demons who called themselves the Night Demon Palace that Gongsun Takesu had captured were the same organization as the Night Demon Palace demons of the 10,000 demon domain, so he simply showed the Night Demon Palace's symbol to the two evil eyes. They could scan most of what was happening in the city, and if they could find this symbol, everything would be clear. Yang Fu prayed to the sky. Ancestor, please grant the two evil eyes, covering heaven's secrets, a blessing. I suspect someone is preventing the evil eyes from investigating. Good, blessing, covering heaven's secrets too. Incense minus 200, remaining incense. 10,232, under the two beams of light, a layer of mist appeared above the evil eyes' heads. These 200 incense sticks were worth spending. Yang Genshuo also wanted to know. What exactly was the Night Demon Palace? The people of the Heavenly Mystery Sect hadn't found their existence in history. Did there really not exist? Or were the people of the Heavenly Mystery Sect also deceived? Yang Fu wasn't in a hurry to investigate this matter slowly, continuing with his usual routine to avoid alerting the enemy. He continued his patrol of the city that day. Arriving at the commercial district of Zhangyang City, the city's most bustling area, a petite figure selling goods on the street immediately caught Yang Fu's attention. She wore a human female cultivator's robe, her figure slender and graceful, her long black hair cascading down to her waist like a waterfall, and her clear, bright, crystalline blue eyes were the purest and clearest Yang Fu had ever seen. And the small horns on her head and the tiny wings hidden in her robe revealed her to be a succubus. The contrast was striking. If other succubi were sexy beauties, this little succubus in the robe was a pure and innocent junior sister. Her appearance was extremely beautiful, even surpassing Yao Yaozi. She looked at Yang Fu, who was staring at her, tilted her head, and smiled gently. Hey! Why are you so dazed, human? Want to buy something? Chapter 253 Cultivation Arts, with Magic. The succubus girl's question made Yang Fu realize he had slightly lost his composure. He looked at the girl's stall, which was very simple compared to the many demon shops in the commercial street. The items inside could basically only be exchanged for a few dozen low-grade spirit stones. Among them, the most eye-catching item was a large bag of night beans. They were dark and about the size of coffee beans bestowed by their ancestors, emitting a faint aroma. Like other beans, they were edible. I've seen many demons eat these night beans. Are they good? Here the succubus girl directly picked one out and handed it to Yang Fu. Try it. This straightforward action startled Yang Fu. Since arriving in Zhangyang City, the demons had always been very respectful and fearful of him, not daring to overstep their bounds in the slightest. This succubus girl is quite familiar. Maybe this is the fearlessness of ignorance. The night beans had a skin that easily came off with a gentle rub. Yang Fu put one in his mouth and chewed it. It had a very ordinary bean flavor. Apart from the crisp texture, There was nothing special about it. Not bad. Did you grow this whole bag yourself? I picked it myself. It grows in many places. Eating it will fill you up and help you sleep well. Hearing the girl say this, Yang Fu felt a faint hypnotic effect. He didn't even need to use his spiritual sense. The automatically activated Mingxinju neutralized it. This slight effect was only useful for demons in the embryonic breathing stage. Basically, it was just like eating ordinary beans. Seeing Yang Fu's interest in the beans, the two evil eyes explained, Lord City Lord, these night beans are a specialty of the demon race. They grow by absorbing demonic energy and only appear in areas where demons live in large numbers. They grow both inside and outside the city. The spiritual energy they contain is thin, far inferior to the spiritual wheat and rice we grow, so their value is very low. Generally, only the poor at the bottom of society use them as a staple food. The two evil eyes knew Yang Fu intended to find some Zhangyang city specialties to sell to improve the lives of the residents, so they explained the value of these beans. Yang Fu understood immediately. Utterly worthless. Spirit wheat and spirit rice are the lowest grade spiritual foods on the Spirit Misty continent. Because of the abundant spiritual energy on the Spirit Misty continent, they grow quickly and have high yields, with prices similar to the Great Nai dynasty. Sometimes, even with excessive production, prices drop. Therefore, these night beans, lacking any unique taste or spiritual energy and even causing drowsiness, have no market and couldn't possibly be the specialty he was looking for. Yang Fu looked at the succubus girl and asked, "How many spirit stones can this big bag of night beans sell for?" "1 stone. Do you want to buy it?" "1 stone? Low-grade spirit stones?" Yang Fu was somewhat surprised. This big bag must weigh at least 50 jin. "Yes, or maybe it's a mid-grade spirit stone?" "You're so dense." The succubus girl twitched her nose, feeling that Yang Fu wasn't very bright. Evil Eye quickly explained, "Lord City Lord, these night bean trees are everywhere, and they grow without needing anyone to manage them. Anyone with agility can climb up and pick them. So some lower-level demons who are starving pick some night beans to tide them over. She picks a lot. So she sells some for spirit stones, but I doubt anyone will buy them, unless someone wants to feed their demonic beasts." Hearing this, Yang Fu felt something was amiss. He stared at the pretty succubus girl, puzzled. "Your succubus clan is a prominent clan in the city. Why would you sell this kind of thing? You must have more than just a few spirit stones and pocket money, right?" The succubus girl smiled and said, "But if I take my family's spirit stones, I have to obey their arrangements. I'll lose my freedom. Then I'll have to serve you respectfully." She winked at Yang Fu, "Right? Lord City Lord, you know I'm the City Lord, and you still dare to talk to me like that? If I want you to serve me, you wouldn't have the power to refuse, would you?" Yang Fu found this succubus girl quite interesting. "Because you're a good city lord, oh? How come?" "Wait a minute. Grandma, come here quickly, I picked some beans for you." At this moment, the succubus girl walked towards the side of the street. An old goblin with wrinkled skin was standing there. The girl took out a small bag of night beans and stuffed it into her hand. "Grandma, you're too old, don't go picking night beans, just take them from me. Anyway, I can't finish picking them all every day." Okay, Linlin is such a good child. "I haven't even finished the spirit rice that the city lord gave me. I can't take yours. Mix them with rice and cook them together, they'll last longer." After stuffing them into Grandma's hand, the succubus girl skipped back, in a very good mood, her sapphire-like eyes shining slightly. "You can help Grandma and the goblin, and prevent them from starving to death. You are a good city lord." Yang Fu smiled in surprise upon hearing this. "Your standards for a good city lord are too low, aren't they? Is that so? But City Lord Gongsun has been here for 5 years, and I've never once seen him speak to a lowly demon on the street." At this moment, Yang Fu thought of Gongsun Taixu's absurd diary. This man truly hadn't fulfilled the responsibilities of a city lord. Besides enjoying privileges, he did nothing. The city lord's mansion was filled with revelry every night. What did it matter how many demons died outside? At this moment, Yang Fu felt that Gongsun Taixu's aged body might be a punishment for him. Since he had accepted the sect's mission, he had to do it well. This was Yang Fu's code of conduct, and also one of the 24 ancestral precepts of the Yang family established by the ancestor, dedication. Yang Fu had received the sect's nurturing grace and enjoyed its resources up to the foundation establishment stage. This mission had to be done well, beautifully. He couldn't let down the name of the acting head of the Earth Spirit Pavilion. He smiled at the succubus girl. During my term, I will never let a single demon starve to death again. With that, he left. He would manage Zhangyang City in his own way, complete his mission, lead the demons to self-sufficiency, and eliminate the city's hidden dangers. Hey, a succubus girl's clear voice came from behind. Yang Fu turned around. My name is Eileen. I believe you. Yang Fu's lips curled slightly. He didn't say anything, but his mood was excellent all day. After inspecting the commercial district, Yang Fu discovered that the demons of Zhangyang City indeed possessed a unique racial characteristic that human cultivators lacked: enchanting magic. This was a technique that imbued magical artifacts with magical power, granting them peculiar demonic abilities that surpassed their own level. Moreover, it was a basic skill similar to human talismanic arts. Almost every demon possessed two enchanting techniques of their own race, each with its own unique characteristics. Yang Fu asked a demon master named Yang Shi to enchant his glazed fire bottle. Wow, a treasure! Lord City Lord's skill is truly extraordinary. Yang Shi held a glass fire bottle in his hand, admiring it greatly. After playing with it for a while, he asked, which enchantment does Lord City Lord wish to have? He pointed to the talisman pasted on his door, which marked the 3 enchantments he could cast and their respective effects. Blazing Demon Flame changes the magic item's element to fire. If it's an offensive magic item, it enhances the power of fire spells. If it's a defensive magic item, it increases resistance to fire spells. Yama's Eye grants the magic item the Yama Sheep racial skill, allowing it to see through illusions and lock onto the enemy's soul. Evil Spirit Torture Weapon causes the magic item to inflict immense pain on the soul of a creature, often used in torture instruments. Each of the 3 enchantments was quite unique. Yang Fu had never seen such enchantments before and was immediately intrigued. The Blazing Demon Flame enchantment wouldn't have much effect on the glazed fire bottle, since it's already a pure fire-type magic weapon. Its 5 elements don't need to be changed, and simply increasing its power wouldn't be very noticeable. The Evil Spirit Torture Weapon enchantment sounds like Uncle Tiger would really like it, therefore, only one suitable option remained. Enchant me with Eye of Yama. Let me see the talent of the Yama Sheep clan. City Lord, you have excellent taste. Even the Demon Lord praises the talent of my Yama Sheep clan. His horns turned slightly red, and demonic symbols appeared in the air, obscure and incomprehensible. These symbols were then infused into the glazed fire bottle, and purplish-red symbols appeared on the bottle, their quality continuously improving. Seeing the old Yama Sheep boasting, the 2 evil eyes began to educate Yang Fu. The Yama Sheep clan is extremely petty. Once someone offends them, they will definitely remember your soul with the Yama Eye, and from then on, they will chase you to the ends of the earth to seek revenge. Therefore, in the demon realm, the Yama Sheep clan is notorious for holding grudges. If you don't want to be hated by the entire Yama Sheep clan, it's best to just kill them directly. Yang Fu chuckled after hearing this. Interesting. If I had this enchantment, I could also track down my enemies to the ends of the earth. Yang Fu thought it would be best to send this thing to his father and the others. In case they encountered the Night Demon Palace demons again, they could directly lock onto them with the Yama Eye, and they wouldn't be able to escape. When searching for a specific demon clan, it was even more useful than the demon-seeking technique. When we hold the ancestral worship this year, I'll have my father and the others send over some magic treasures to enchant, and I'll send them back next year. Time passed little by little, and the Yama Sheep also inscribed demon symbols one by one. A full half-hour later, a purple light flashed on the glass fire bottle, and the spiritual power increased by a notch. Enchanted, Lord City Lord, Yang Fu retrieved his glass fire bottle. Holding the bottle, the demonic symbols flickered slightly, and a wisp of purple appeared in Yang Fu's eyes. Boom! At that moment, all the demons around him transformed into skulls emitting ghostly flames in his eyes. Chapter 254, The Succubus video goes viral. Among them, the will-o'-the-wisps of the 2 evil eyes and the Yama Sheep were noticeably larger than those of the other demons. Is this what everyone's soul is like? He tried activating the glazed fire bottle, locking onto the soul of one of the evil eyes. You move away, I'll try. Okay, the evil eye's tentacles wriggled and crawled away. In Yang Fu's eyes, a faint purple smoke was right before him, and he could clearly see the path the evil eye had taken. Even beyond the range of his divine sense, he could still clearly perceive the evil eye's location. The Eye of Yama is indeed useful. Our old sheep family is exceptionally talented. We were once great generals under the Demon Lord, specializing in suppressing all kinds of demons. It's just that I was accidentally caught in a special rift and came here. Otherwise, I would at least be at the golden core stage in the demon realm by now. PFFT. The evil eyes big eyeballs laughed. You're quite old. You were 200 years old when you came here, and you're only at the foundation establishment stage. Anyone can brag. I could have said that I was already at the Mahayana stage in the demon realm and could see through countless worlds. Yama Sheep's face darkened, and 2 balls of flame shot out from his eyes. I've remembered your soul. The evil eye's tentacles immediately jumped to Yang Fu's side. Lord City Lord. Look, look. I told you Yama Sheep is the most vengeful. Haha, old sheep, don't scare the evil eye. Your enchanting magic is indeed quite good. Train hard these days. I have a big project that I need you for. Lord City Lord, but I still have to support my family and tend to my 2 acres of spirit fields. I'm afraid I don't have much time. How many spirit stones can you dig up from the ground? Practice your enchanting magic. Have you seen those spirit shuttles that come to Zhangyang City every day to deliver spirit meat? Yes, I have. It's making me so hungry. Speaking of this, even a foundation establishment stage demon like Yama Sheep started drooling. In the future, you can bring a boatload of them to eat. Yama Sheep immediately knelt down before Yang Fu. If your excellency doesn't mind, Yama Sheep is willing to pledge allegiance and become your most loyal assistant. Ha. Yang Fu laughed. Yama Sheep was one of the foundation establishment level demons in Zhangyang City, and also one of the most powerful enchanting demons. Subduing him easily would make things much easier. Back in the city lord's mansion, Yang Fu recorded his recent observations. Cultivation arts are all ways for cultivators to make money, and enchanting magic is one of them. Zhangyang City has little land and many demons. It's difficult to support oneself through agriculture. Only by developing cultivation arts can we escape such poverty. Enchanting magic is the means to open up the market. Next, vigorously develop the enchanting magic business. While he pondered how to lift Zhangyang City out of poverty, the image of that anomaly among succubi, Eileen, occasionally flashed through his mind. An interesting little succubus. Smiling, Yang Fu continued with his work. It will take time for enchantment to gain market acceptance. We need to get the surrounding human cities to recognize its value and establish proper pricing and service. The demon race has a bad reputation and extremely low status. Many human cultivators will subconsciously resist them. It's like when I went to buy cotton quilts from black devils, I subconsciously thought they must be inferior. This will take time to change the stereotypes of human cultivators. All of this requires time and planning. Currently, it's the season for night beans, so the demons will hardly starve. But once the night bean trees stop bearing fruit, they'll have to rely on the value of their own produce to survive. That's right, second-generation hybrid spirit rice. Now is the best time to plant it. When the night beans stop bearing fruit, the spirit rice should have grown too. This high-yield spirit rice will definitely be incredibly useful. Yang Fu almost forgot the Yang family's secret to wealth. The ancestors' hybrid spirit rice. Planting this high-yield spirit rice in the limited spirit fields of Zhangyang City more than doubled the yield. That's it. With the enchantment magic and the second-generation hybrid spirit rice working together, the situation in Zhangyang City will improve this year. In just over a month, Yang Fu had found a way to solve the problem of this impoverished demon city. At that time, I only need to make a slight move, and those demons who call themselves the Night Demon Palace will definitely not be able to escape. Yang Fu had a plan to force out the demons of the Night Demon Palace. Good. 8 people, right? I'll be right there. Yang Genshuo hung up the phone, glanced at Yang Fu who was teaching the demons how to plant the second-generation hybrid spirit rice, and looked satisfied. Intelligent, flexible, and steady. This child currently has the most methods in the Yang family and is the most suitable person to be the head of the family. In Yang Genshuo's eyes, Yang Shi was now not as high as Yang Fu. Yang Shi was too chivalrous. He was more like a spiritual leader, a general who could lead the charge. Yang Fu, on the other hand, was the head of the family who planned everything behind the scenes, never putting himself in danger. Yang Genshuo used to think that Yang Fu's strength had stopped at the foundation establishment stage, and his achievements were limited, but now it seemed that Yang Fu had embarked on a strange path. My Yang family is thriving, you guys continue, the patriarch is going out for a bit. Yang Genshuo kept fast-forwarding, took 8 primary contract talismans, and left. Cheng Bo had found 8 people to participate in his experiment, all from their alma mater. Ximen Agricultural University. Driving to Chengbo's laboratory, construction was in full swing. Guo Xiaozi was also there. Brother Shuo. What a coincidence, you're going out in person. Yang Genshuo rolled his eyes. The CEO is macking the boss, huh? I'm strategizing at home, working even harder than you guys. Sometimes, when he saw something exciting, Yang Genshuo could stay up for days. Guo Xiaozi had a knowing look on his face. Contacting suppliers in Southeast Asia, right? Yang Genshuo nodded without explaining further. The less he explained, the more people would imagine. He felt that Guo Xiaozi was probably already imagining a story about a top brewer in the Golden Triangle. Seeing Chengbo come out, Guo Xiaozi quickly said, "All right, Brother Shuo, you go ahead and do your work. Leave the small things here to me." The cafeteria and dormitories, finished in 3 days, with 5-star chefs and butler-style service. 3 days? That's amazing. From the time he assigned this task, it hadn't even been a week, and Guo Xiaozi had already finished everything. That was truly fast. Hey, it's all your money, let me show you the miracle of RMB. How money really does make a difference. All the slow progress stemmed from insufficient budget. Chengbo walked over and gave Yang Genshuo a bear hug. Ouch, what are you doing? Yang Genshuo looked disgusted. If it were a soft, sweet girl, it wouldn't be so bad, but a hug from a grown man like Chengbo was a bit much. Brother Shuo, that was awesome. I went back to school and showed off. Awesome. Behind Chengbo stood 8 bookish-looking men and women, his trophy. 1 PhD and 7 masters, all are juniors. Not bad. You even managed to persuade a PhD. You've got some skills, Brother Bo. They don't care about the salary, they're just genuinely interested in our project. They're reliable, so you can trust them. I trust you to handle things. Mainly, they trust the contract talisman. Once this is signed, you really can't say it, not even if someone whips you. Unless the contract expires or your strength exceeds the contract's limit. This primary contract talisman can restrict cultivators below the key refining stage. Even Yang Genshuo, a half-step innate grandmaster, can't break through it. These researchers will never be able to break through in their lifetime. Come on, call him Brother Shuo. This is the big boss who funded our lab, and also your senior. He pays our salaries. The 8 people greeted him somewhat reservedly. Brother Shuo, you're making me sound like a mob boss. Don't be shy, everyone. We're all alumni. Let's be friends from now on. This lab project is very important to me. I'm counting on you all. Yang Genshuo shook hands with each of them. Besides the 28-year-old PhD student, the other 7 master's students were all around 25 years old, very young. The PhD student's name was Song Qiao. He adjusted his black-rimmed glasses. Brother Shuo, are you really in the same year as Senior Chengbo? Of course, we're best friends, otherwise who would dare to spend so much money investing in his lab? Your skin is really well maintained, you look younger than all of us. I exercise regularly, you guys should try it sometime. By the way, let's sign a confidentiality agreement, right? Chengbo told you about this, right? Yang Genshuo and the 8 energetic researchers signed a confidentiality agreement, which took effect immediately. They couldn't reveal any experimental information about the lab, so there was no fear of the matter being exposed. Yang Genshuo was about to leave after finishing when Guo Xiaozi, who was scrolling through Douyin, TikTok, stopped him. Brother Shuo, look at the video I just sent you. It's your favorite succubus. It's awesome. Huh? Succubus? Yeah. Look, it's trending. She's being called the best succubus cosplayer. P.S. I'm useless. I only wrote a little over 5,000 words today. I recommend a book by my good friend, Primordial Era. Yang Shi can hear my heart's voice. Brothers interested in this genre can check it out. Chapter 255, Taking a Different Approach. Yang Genshuo opened Douyin and saw that the third trending topic was the strongest succubus cosplay in history. Clicking on it led him to his video posted yesterday, The Diligent Succubus. This short, 1-minute video of a succubus working had already garnered 1 million likes and 40 million views. These numbers were still skyrocketing, increasing by thousands with every refresh. And the comments, saves, and shares were numerous. Yang Genshuo glanced at the top comments and likes. This cosplay is simply amazing. Although I've never seen a real-life succubus, I feel like this is what a succubus should look like. I would call this the strongest succubus cosplay in history. The cosplayer's wings and horns are so realistic. The props are so well made, so sexy. I want to lick her feet. Don't wash it off. Could it be AI generated? Impossible. Absolutely not an AI video. Just look at the hands. I analyzed it frame by frame and couldn't find any flaws. Dude, did you run into a real succubus? Get out of the way. I'm going to lick her to death. So sexy. Give me some advice. How much money does it take to support you? I suspect all men like this kind of thing. Covers face. Followed. Fast forward to the live stream selling products. I'm guessing it's beans that succubi eat. Some kind of all-natural nutritional beans. A gift for the family. I'll say 99 yuan a box. Here's the link. As a botany professional, I really can't tell what kind of bean this is at first glance, but judging from the growing conditions, it seems to only grow in Southeast Asia. The comments section was a mixed bag. Most people were amazed by the realism of the succubus cosplay, while many others, seemingly possessed, were frantically sending private messages asking for contact information, including some well-known wealthy men on Douyin. Yang Genshuo glanced at the comments and saw that at least 20 influencer agencies had invited the succubus to sign contracts. One video, and she went viral, gaining 200,000 followers. Yang Genshuo gasped. Is this the charm of a succubus? Guo Ziazi, this is practically the succubus of my dreams. Brother Shuo, aren't you tempted? If you ask me, just reveal your identity, the biggest enemy of Maote in history, the owner of a celestial distillery, and then try to hook up with her. Hardly I can't get her to agree to date. Try it. How will you know if you don't try? I tried, and it was all tears. Last time, Yang Genshuo ate 3 big bowls of that spirit chicken with tears in his eyes. Sigh, I guess they have big ambitions. Don't worry, Shuo Jen, I'll treat her little dragon baby to a fancy Western meal sometime. I guarantee you've never seen anything like it. Yang Genshuo chuckled. Okay, looks like President Guo's little dragon baby's getting a good meal. It's all thanks to Shuo Ji's guidance. Otherwise I'd still be at home preparing for the special post-exam. It's amazing. This short month feels more exciting than the 7 years since graduation. Before, I only watched videos for the memes, but yesterday I actually helped a group of displaced foreign girls. Oh? Go on and on. Isn't Mao and Xiaolan at war? The refugees there are running in all directions, and some of us have come too. Seriously, Shuo Jen, you won't know how the title European ZG comes about until you try it yourself. It's top-notch, second only to this succubus cosplayer. You kid, you really know how to have fun. Your life is more exciting than mine. Sigh, there's nothing I can do. I'm just trying to comfort the girls traumatized by the war. If you don't help, and I don't help, are we just going to let them starve to death? I'm a kind person, I can't stand seeing this. Blame the war, blame the missiles, cannons, and drones. Guo Ziazi, you're the friend with the most twisted logic among my friends, and surprisingly, it actually makes some sense. Suddenly, Yang Genshuo paused, seemingly realizing something. What's wrong, Brother Shuo? How about I arrange something for you today? Find you a pure one. Ziazi, you've done me a huge favor. Yang Genshuo was suddenly overjoyed. That's right. Missiles, cannons, drones. These are readily available. Should I make a call? Guo Ziazi assumed Yang Genshuo had agreed and went to contact someone. Make a call, my foot. I have something to do. I'm leaving. Yang Genshuo had already figured out where to get some real big stuff. If he could get these things, the Yang family might not be afraid of golden core cultivators. But all of this is predicated on making money first. Without money, you can't move an inch. Even though Yang Genshuo rarely watches military channels, he knows that wars between two countries aren't about who has more or fewer soldiers, but about economics. Every missile fired costs money. With money, you can buy good equipment. It's so chaotic over there now, I should be able to sneak over and buy some goods. Right, make some preparations in advance, get some good stuff from the cultivation world. Okay, now all I need is money. Yang Genshuo needs to make money quickly. Money to buy all that stuff. The current succubus video's explosive popularity has given him a new way to make money. Back home, he continued watching the video, which had already reached 1.1 million likes. Among them, some comments asking when he would start selling products made Yang Genshuo laugh. You know what? You guess it. This account is going to sell products, share some pictures of the succubus's face, then sell medicine. Yang Genshuo had already thought of the lines. After taking the essence strengthening and rejuvenating pill, even the succubus exclaimed that she couldn't take it anymore. Isn't this a sure way to sell out? He didn't even post a link, directly messaging his wealthy friends and then arranging offline transactions. Wait, this doesn't seem right. Yang Genshuo suddenly realized that if someone bought a medicine, it was because they wanted the succubus. If they couldn't meet the succubus, wouldn't the deal fall through? He couldn't get the succubus to come out, and everyone would just call him a scammer. He could easily report her, lose his account, and be invited in for questioning. No. Selling medicine isn't safe enough. I need to list a product that can be sold on Douyin Mall, and then have the succubus promote it. What kind of product is rare, but can be openly listed on Douyin Mall? Yang Genshuo hadn't figured it out yet, so he uploaded another 1-minute video he'd casually edited yesterday. It was titled "The Succubus is Doing a Great Job," and it showed the succubus using magic to clear land. The simplest spell, soil loosening spell, the main step in the early stages of clearing land, is to soften the hard soil for planting. This 1-minute video showed the succubus casting the spell and the changes in the ground. Previously, it was just a succubus appearing. But now they're going straight for basic immortal techniques. Gradually increase the intensity, and start selling products once we have more followers. Yang Genshuo decided to go to the cultivation world again to find some good products to sell quickly. In the 4 hours he was away, 2 months had passed in the game. Yang Fu had arranged everything in Zhangyang City perfectly. The second-generation hybrid spirit rice had been planted, and the promotion for the enchanting magic had been launched. Among them, the immortal martial sect, which was adjacent to Zhangyang City, was their main target. The cultivation schools on the Lingmiao continent were flourishing, and the immortal martial sect was a sect that specialized in physical cultivation, but they also required their disciples to have spiritual roots. These people had fewer cultivation techniques and trusted their physical bodies and weapons and armor, so their need for enchanting magic was much greater than that of traditional cultivation sects like the Cloud-Hidden Spirit sect. At this time, some people from the immortal martial sect were already waiting outside Zhangyang City for enchanting. Yang Fu was in charge, and through the array, Yang Shi was enchanting this cultivator with his signature, Blazing Demon Flame. There were other experienced enchanters waiting at the city gate, taking on jobs. Yang Fu observed them with delight. With the first wave of enchanting cultivators, if they use them well, they'll naturally bring us a second wave. However, this wasn't relevant to Yang Genshuo. He hadn't yet broken through to the innate Grandmaster level and couldn't control magical artifacts, relying only on their passive effects. Even after enchanting, he couldn't activate them. Let's find something we can sell first. Chapter 256 Uncle. In a dark corner of Zhangyang City, Feng Sun and a group of goblins had been searching for months. They had discovered some markings related to the large-eyed tattoo, engraved in hidden places, seemingly some kind of communication signal. These guys are very secretive, but, I've figured out your methods. This symbol was carved today, probably meaning gathering tonight. I'll catch you all. Feng Sun transformed into a gust of wind, disappearing into the shadows. The goblins scattered, each going to beg, but their eyes remained fixed on the passers-by, keeping watch on Feng Sun. Looking at these little guys, Feng Sun felt a surge of pride. Having followers wherever they go, maybe that's what a prodigy is. People like Yang Fu only get ahead through some wicked methods. I've learned some demonic arts here. I'll deal with you when I get back. Feng Sun and Yang Fu traveled at opposite times. To avoid being observed by the demons, he often traveled at night and hid during the day, so the two hadn't met. Late at night, outside the house where the symbols were inscribed, a group of cloaked demons gathered. The leader tossed down some array stones, easily setting up an isolation array. A faint barrier enveloped the demons, and they all vanished as if no one had come. So there's an array master here. No wonder I could never catch a trace of them. This isolation array was definitely of the third rank. Feng Sun's spiritual sense was completely blocked, and he couldn't see what was happening inside. He was slightly anxious. Did they say the demons weren't good at arrays? How did they get this third rank array? If they escape, who knows when we'll catch them again? No, I have to break the array. Feng Sun, as the top prodigy of the previous Immortal Path competition, is truly gifted. He excels not only in combat but also in array formations, talismans, and weapon crafting. He grasps all the arts of cultivation with lightning speed. If one doesn't possess strength several times greater than the array setter, to break the array, one must find the array's core and then use my Feng family's ultimate technique, wind and cloud transformation, to directly seize it, causing the array to break on its own. As for what happens after breaking the array, it will inevitably be a fierce battle, and Feng Sun is prepared. Within the foundation establishment stage, no one can defeat me, even Li Yao, who also possesses a heavenly spiritual root and is at the third level of foundation establishment, can only manage a draw against Feng Sun, who is at the first level. Not to mention these demons. In our cultivators' territory, my spiritual power flows endlessly. Your demonic energy can't recover that quickly. The fundamental reason why the demons hold such a low status on the spirit continent is simply this: weakness. For a race, weakness is its original sin. Demons cultivate by absorbing demonic energy, but demonic energy is extremely scarce on the Lingmao continent. They can only absorb spiritual energy and then gradually convert it into demonic energy through their own demonic arts before cultivating. This makes their efficiency much lower. In combat, it doesn't matter much for key refining stage cultivators, since everyone uses the spiritual demonic power stored within their bodies. But it's a disaster for foundation establishment stage cultivators. Human cultivators can mobilize the spiritual energy of heaven and earth for their own use, while demons can mobilize far too little demonic energy. Even after years of nurturing demons in Zhangyang City, the demonic energy is still very thin. At the same cultivation level, a human foundation establishment cultivator can defeat several demon foundation establishment cultivators. That's the difference. The demons are fighting in a foreign land, unable to unleash their full strength, so they are trapped in Zhangyang City. Feng Sun is very confident that as long as a few late foundation establishment stage demons don't scheme against him, he will be fine. If all else fails, I'll make a big fuss to track the city lord, and he can activate the 5 elements demon suppression formation and take it down in an instant. Of course, this is Feng Sun's backup plan. If he hadn't been desperate, he certainly wouldn't have wanted to ask a stranger, the city lord, for half the credit and half the rewards would have been taken away. The rewards for this mission were incredibly tempting for someone at the foundation establishment stage. Before breaking the formation, Feng Sun had another question. My uncle said he'd come to Zhangyang City to protect me, but I haven't seen him. Is something holding him back? Feng Sun was the #1 prodigy of the 12 dynasties. He had everything Yang Fu had. Unlike Yang Fu and Yang Fushuo, who brought 3 women, he brought the true foundation of the Feng family. Never mind, break the formation first. Feng Sun activated his wind magic, strands of wind spiritual power seeping into the formation, searching for the formation's core. But after infiltrating the formation, Feng Sun felt a strange sense of familiarity. This is the Wind Spirit Moon Shadow Formation. Following this familiarity, he easily found the formation's core and broke it with the technique, Wind and Cloud Changes. Boom! The formation dissipated, revealing a group of demons inside. Each of them had a large eye symbol on their head. These were the hidden saboteurs mentioned in the sex mission. There was no time to think about why it was the Wind Spirit Moon Shadow Formation. Capture the demons first. Finally, I've caught you all. Today, none of you will escape. Gale Technique. The Feng family's foundation establishment stage wind technique summoned the gale of heaven and earth, sweeping across large groups of enemies, best suited for fighting multiple opponents. Whoosh! The gale cut through like knives. Demons below the foundation establishment stage would lose their fighting ability after being hit by just 2 gusts. Boom! The leading demon unleashed an even stronger gale with his sleeve, directly extinguishing Feng Sun's large area of gale. Feng Sun stared at the familiar face beneath the cloak, his mouth agape in disbelief. "Uncle," he exclaimed. "What a fruitful day. Today we celebrate the grand opening of our core business, enchantment, in Zhangyang City. I'm treating everyone to meat and wine." He'd been enchanting until late into the night before finally seeing off the immortal martial sect members. Yang Fu's treat drew enthusiastic praise from the demons. Back in the city, Yang Fu's city lord Seal trembled slightly, warning him of intense spiritual energy fluctuations within the city. But the fluctuations subsided quickly. Demons fighting in the middle of the night? Evil Eye, look in this direction. Evil Eye looked over and saw 2 heavily drunk demons separating, cursing each other. Lord City Lord, they're just 2 drunkards fighting. Some demons are hot-tempered. Fighting in the middle of the night is common, but they usually don't dare escalate it. Knowing the city lord is watching them, Yang Fu nodded. That's all right then, let's continue drinking and eating. Don't fight if you get too drunk, the group of demons exclaimed. No, instead of fighting, why not practice your enchanting magic? That way you can enchant faster and earn more spirit stones. Lord City Lord, We're so grateful to have you helping us earn spirit stones. From now on, we're your people, Lord City Lord. Whoever you tell us to fight, we'll fight. These demons, the first to enjoy the benefits of enchanting magic, pledged their loyalty. Yang Fu and his group ate meat and drank wine, celebrating that night. Today is a special day. Our Zhangyang city has finally opened a new door. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 257 Factions. Hey, I want to work here too, is that okay? Early in the morning, a cute little succubus dressed in a human cultivator's robe came to the city lord's mansion to ask for a job. Yang Fu had seen Eileen frequently on the street over the past 2 months. She was a very kind-hearted succubus who did what she could to help many lonely demons, even the lowest-ranking goblins. Seeing her made Yang Fu feel comfortable, and his preconceived notions about succubi had changed considerably. Now, seeing the little succubus Eileen looking for work, a smile crept onto Yang Fu's lips. First of all, I'm not called Hey, I'm called Yang Fu. You can call me City Lord Yang, or Lord City Lord. How formal. We're so familiar now. How about I call you Senior? Okay. Secondly, what kind of work do you want me to do? I don't think there's a position for you here. I can also do enchantments. I can do too. Oh? Enchantments from the succubus race are interesting. Then you can come over and write down the effects of your enchantments, and I'll hang them in the display area over there. Okay. Thanks, Senior. I'll treat you to a meal when I earn some spirit stones. Eileen blinked. Incredibly cute. After she left, Yang Fu felt great all day. If all demons lived as positively as Eileen, Zhangyang City would truly come alive. Some things in Zhangyang City had already been arranged, and Yang Fu planned to take another stroll around the city today. Because the day of the ancestral worship was approaching. Our ancestor loves all sorts of treasures, even the most common spiritual herbs. There are quite a few novelties in Zhangyang City. Let's offer some to him. Oh, and don't forget this pill from the immortal martial sect. Due to time constraints, Yang Fu only met with the immortal martial sect yesterday. He provided enchanting services to them, not only failing to earn money but also losing 50 mid-grade spirit stones. What he wanted was a blood-nourishing pill mentioned in Gongsun Taixu's diary, the essence in blood-nourishing pill. A third-grade pill, it was a high-grade pill only Foundation establishment cultivators could afford. The immortal martial sect sold it for 6 mid-grade spirit stones, or 6,000 low-grade spirit stones, which wasn't too expensive for a third-grade pill. It was quite affordable. Yang Fu set the price for each enchanting spell he cast on a Foundation establishment demon cultivator at 1 mid-grade spirit stone. After the exchange, Yang Fu had 10 more essence and blood-nourishing pills. Luckily, I've accumulated quite a bit of wealth over the years selling the 5 elements nourishing pills. Otherwise I really wouldn't be able to afford these grade 3 pills for my family. Yang Fu immediately gave them to his entire family. This is the main item for this year's ancestral worship. In addition, Yang Fu also collected some herbs and spiritual plants unique to the area around Zhangyang City and sent them over as well. Yang Fu looked at the night bean trees that were everywhere on the street and instructed Ziyan, go and collect several large bags and send them to my residence. Yes, sir. Turning his head, Ziyan instructed the Minotaur guard, you, go and collect them. The Minotaur was stunned. Did the city lord tell you to go? I heard that the idle demon ladies in the city go to collect night beans every day. I'm going. The Minotaur went to collect night beans, panting heavily. The dark elf guard smiled disdainfully. Silly bull, although night beans were low grade, what if the ancestor needed them? Yang Fu casually took them over. In addition, he also bought some interesting little demonic artifacts. The city residents were astonished to see the city lord paying for his purchases, as if they had witnessed something unbelievable. This phenomenon made Yang Fu curse the previous city lords in his heart again. Yang Genshuo looked at the diligent Yang Fu inside and felt very gratified. My Yang Fu is still the most reliable one. The first thing he did after leaving the sect was to think about getting tributes for the ancestor, and he also had to take care of the family's pills, showing the demeanor of a family head. That kid Yang Fushuo only knows how to refine pills all day long. He doesn't even know how to get me some good stuff to play with. However, Yang Genshuo thought about it and forgave Yang Fushuo. To become a true third-grade alchemist, one really needs to cultivate diligently for several years. Yang Shi could synthesize pseudo-third-grade pills with his heavenly-grade spiritual fire and treasure ring before, but only by reaching the foundation establishment stage and obtaining the foundation establishment true fire could he truly refine third-grade pills. The method of refining third-grade pills is extremely complex, a level more difficult than second-grade pills. First, the quantity of medicinal herbs increased again. Second, the alchemy techniques became more complex, and the demand for spiritual energy was extremely high. Most importantly, grade 3 herbs were incredibly expensive. It's important to know that only herbs over 200 years old can be considered grade 3 200 years. That's a very long time in the cultivation world, so the price of herbs skyrocketed. Grade 3 pills often start at 5,000 low-grade spirit stones, with the cost of the grade 3 herbs accounting for a large portion of that. Even with a small world like the meteorite immortal abode, which can increase growth speed tenfold, it still takes a full 20 years to grow a single grade 3 herb. Yang Shi's meteorite immortal abode rarely appeared in public, except for use by some talented disciples of the Xuanxi sect and Yang Fuking. It was usually kept hidden away because it cultivated a large number of spiritual herbs. Among them, grade 3 spiritual herbs were the most important varieties cultivated in the meteorite immortal abode. This was something Yang Genshuo had planned long ago. 19 years have passed since Zhuanzhen Taoist imparted the immortal abode teachings, and the first batch of grade 3 spiritual herbs will mature in another year. The game calendar shows that the demonic cultivators were wiped out in year 38, and this year is year 57. Yang Shi still has too few materials available from the pill pavilion. Without his own medicinal herbs, becoming a grade 3 alchemist will take some time. Not to mention the AI's progress in alchemy, the AI has very few grade 3 pill formulas, and its derivation accuracy is too low. To achieve the nearly 10% accuracy of deducing grade 1 and grade 2 pills, Yang Shi needs to feed it a lot of experience, both successful and unsuccessful, to let the AI learn the essence of grade 3 alchemy. It's all built on money. Yang Shi continued his arduous training in grade 3 alchemy, while the other members of the Yang family also performed their respective duties. Yang Shi, along with Yang Fuking and Yang Fujin, were developing the Demon Wind Forest's development zone. Human cultivators of the Danai dynasty began practicing the demon slaying technique to prepare for the possible arrival of the demon race. The cultivators continuously expanded the sphere of influence of Bright City, constructing arrays and spiritual buildings within the development zone. They flocked to the more spiritually rich Demon Wind Forest for cultivation, more than doubling their overall cultivation speed. However, during this process, some disagreements arose between the two leading figures of the Yang family. Yang Fuking, born with a beast spirit body, was deeply skilled in beast taming techniques. She had trained a group of disciples skilled in beast taming within the Xuanxi sect, and they had now formed their own school, advocating the coexistence of humans and beasts. Demon beasts were considered partners of humans, and the Demon Wind Forest was a place where humans and demon beasts lived together, building a harmonious relationship. They actively helped the demon beasts develop their intelligence, making them the best partners for human cultivators. This was Yang Fuking's beast taming school's philosophy. On the other hand, Yang Fujin, the leader of the martial arts faction, was a rising star among martial arts practitioners in the Danai dynasty. Due to his talent as a martial arts prodigy, he integrated the strengths of various martial arts schools from both the Danai and Liang dynasties, placing him second only to Yang Shi in the martial arts world. Yang Shi was in charge of the Heavenly Dragon Army, while Yang Fujin, due to his talent and charisma, and his imminent breakthrough to the divine realm, led all the martial artists to form the martial arts school. The martial arts school's philosophy was completely different from Yang Fuking's. Yang Fujin believed that the materials and essence blood from demonic beasts were essential to them. Martial artists could improve their strength by killing demonic beasts and obtain valuable materials to enhance themselves. Furthermore, the relationship between demonic beasts and the demon race was clearly closer than their relationship with humans. The demons of the Night Demon Palace could easily control demonic beasts, and these beasts would be a threat when the demon race came, therefore, they had to be killed. The conflict between the two schools led by the siblings grew increasingly acute. Yang Shi didn't have much of a good opinion on this, as both were his children. Taking advantage of this year's ancestral worship ceremony, let me ask the ancestors for their advice. Chapter 258 Ancestral Worship 57 years ago. After scanning the room, Yang Genshuo noticed Yang Shi's predicament. The Yang family is still quite united, but now it's not just a family problem. The siblings' argument has escalated into a factional conflict: kill the demon beasts, or tame them. Taming them would greatly bolster human strength, like the 10,000 Beast sect on the Lingmao continent, where demon beasts make up more than half the sect's strength. However, Yang Fujian's concerns are valid. After all, demons have many methods, and the demon slaying technique records their ability to incite demon beasts. If the tame beasts rebel during a fight, we're doomed. After some thought, Yang Genshuo couldn't find a perfect solution. Time in the game was fast-forwarding. Right, ask the AI what it thinks. The AI had been trained by Yang Genshuo for some time now, learning not only alchemy theory but also a lot of knowledge about the cultivation world and the Yang family's background. Yang Fuqing and Yang Fujian's personal information was included. He explained the problem. Q. How to resolve the conflict between these two factions. A. Resolving the conflict between the two factions led by Yang Fuqing and Yang Fujian requires a comprehensive and balanced approach, respecting both sides' ideologies while promoting harmonious coexistence between humans and demons. Here is a possible solution. 1. Dialogue and understanding. 2. Common goals. 3. Complementary cooperation. 4. Education and training. 5. Demonstration projects. After reading this, Yang Genshuo gave a 2-word evaluation: idiot. It was all he wrote, practically nothing at all. Wait, you've made me your leader here. It was long and tedious, ultimately uttering nothing of substance. Yang Genshuo was disappointed. It seems it's too difficult for current AI to solve social problems for humanity. Its thinking is flawed. It's better suited as a tool for integration and logical deduction. I need to ask a professional. He thought of his other roommate, Fatty. Besides being a sycophant, Fatty was quite knowledgeable about history and politics. I haven't contacted Fatty for several years since graduation. I wonder if he's still a simp for Su Yanayan. Fatty's real name is Yan Zhe. He met Su Yanayan in college and fell in love at first sight. He simpeted for 4 years but didn't succeed. After graduation, he even moved to Su Yanayan City. After that, apart from occasionally chatting in a group chat, they rarely kept in touch. However, Fatty was a good person. When Yang Genshuo borrowed money to open a shop, he, like Chengbo, immediately gave him the money without hesitation. But Fatty only contributed 10,000 yuan, saying that he spent most of his earnings on gifts for Su Yanayan. At the time, Yang Genshuo took the money and then scolded Fatty. Now, thinking back, he really shouldn't have done that. I should have just kicked him. He dialed Yan Zhe's number, quite surprised. How much? Don't just stay silent, we're buddies. You know my situation. I only have 10,000 yuan on hand. I'll transfer it all to you if you want. Wait, putting aside the issue of lending money, you're not still a simp for Su Yanayan, are you? Hey, not at all. We're almost a couple. Huh? You actually managed to simper? Good for you. How far are we now? When are we getting our marriage certificate? She told me that when she wants to get married, I'll be the first person she considers. Yang Genshuo almost choked on his breath when he heard this. Come on, Tian Zhe, tell me where you are. Brother Shuo, are you coming to visit me? That's great. I'm still in Beijing. When you come, I'll take you to a Peking duck, the most authentic kind. Okay, you wait, I'll drive over and slap you a few times. Let's see if you still go crazy. You, don't mess around, Brother Shuo, I'm serious. Yan is already moved by me, just one last kick away. Yang Genshuo was silent for a moment, then decided not to talk about this today, otherwise he would be driven crazy by Yan Zhe sooner or later. Alright, we'll talk about that later. When you have time, come back to Shiman. Brother Bo and I are here, we'll give you a surprise. He had to be beaten up to wake up. Oh, how much do I need? Borrow my ass. I need to borrow your brain for a bit. I'm having a problem with my thinking, can you help me analyze it? After Yang Genshuo briefly described the situation, Tian Zhe also started to take it seriously. What would you, as the leader, do about factional infighting within a family? Yes, using the background you mentioned. Firstly, I think the conflict between these two factions isn't that significant right now, because they share the same goal, fighting against a demon race. So they're comrades on the same side, and everything is negotiable. That makes sense. And then, the issue of whether or not to kill demon beasts isn't crucial either, because the number of demon beasts far exceeds that of humans. Beast tamers only need a portion of high quality, loyal ones that won't betray them. As for the inferior or difficult to tame ones, killing them is fine, it doesn't matter. When it came to issues that interested him, Tianzi's intelligence returned to its peak, and he spoke eloquently. What you need to do is be a spiritual leader, to prevent the beast tamers from having a saintly mentality, wanting to save every demon beast they see, and to prevent the martial artists from harboring hatred, wanting to kill every demon beast they see. Taming beasts and killing demonic beasts are both means, resisting the demon race is the goal. So, as long as both sides agree on the appropriate boundaries, taming what needs to be tamed and killing what needs to be killed, that's the long-term solution. As long as you can be a good spiritual leader, get them to listen to you, reshape the ideologies of both sides, and integrate them, the problem won't be too big. Most problems in the world can be attributed to differing ideologies. If you can be a spiritual leader, you can basically solve a large portion of the problems. Yang Genshuo's eyes lit up after hearing this. That makes sense. Ideological integration, okay, I know what to do. Hurry back to Shiman, I'll take you to new heights. After listening, Tianzi laughed. You act like you can really control a group of cultivators. Are you writing a novel? Or arguing with a novelist? Need some theoretical support? How you found out? Half an hour had passed after hanging up the phone. The ancestral worship ceremony, marking the 57th year of game time, was about to begin. This time, because of Yang Fu's changes, the ancestral worship ceremony, which had been monotonous in previous years, would become somewhat interesting. Your descendants Yang Shi, Yang Fu, Yang Fushuo, Yang Fuking, Yang Fujin, Yang Kaiang, Yang Kaiang and Yang Kaiang have each completed this year's ancestral worship ceremony. Incense value plus 80. You have received offerings from members of the Yang family, essence and blood tonic pill, night beans, mystic flower, and spirit wheat. A large string of offerings landed in Yang Genshuo's warehouse. After exchanging the supplies needed by the family members, and having a brief chat with Yang Fuking and Yang Fujin, the ancestral worship ceremony was completed. The items he wanted to list on Douyin, TikTok, were also in place. It turned out that a comment from a netizen had inspired him. Chapter 259. You have a road in Southeast Asia? The second succubus video was even more popular than the first. While the budget's been upgraded, they even added special effects? Is that magic? You know what? This 500,000 follower guy's doing the work of a 50 million follower guy? The special effects are pretty impressive, bro. These special effects make my key transformation horse look ridiculous. According to the description, it's a magic called oil loosening technique. If I knew it, I'd loosen hundreds of acres of land in my village. Hilarious. I'm betting the next episode will feature spirit rain technique. Wait, didn't you guys notice the succubus eats beans in every episode? What are those black beans growing in their fields? New coffee beans. Stop asking, or they'll start selling products. I'll give you a price. 18.9 for 3 boxes. Here's the link. These comments, curious about what the succubus eats, gave Yang Genshuo an idea. Night beans, these things are everywhere in Zhangyang City. Every demon has eaten them. He casually picked some, and with a gentle crush, they were ready to eat crunch. Yang Genshuo popped one into his mouth. It was crisp and refreshing. The taste was just ordinary bean flavor, somewhat like roasted soybeans. For this ancestral worship, Yang Fu, with the attitude of bringing everything, offered several bags of night beans. Yang Genshuo lifted them. They weighed about 200 jin, approximately 100 caddies. Suddenly, a wave of drowsiness washed over him. Yang Genshuo's mind raced. He activated the Mingxinju, dispelling the drowsiness. This is a side effect of eating night beans, but if used properly, it's a huge plus. He called Guozaiazi. We've got a hit with the Fairy Food Factory. A high-end sleep-enhancing, all-natural plant essence bean. Huh? Look at the succubus video I posted. It's the bean the succubus was eating. It has a sleep-inducing effect. I've personally tested it and there are no side effects. Plus, eating more can permanently improve your sleep. Wow. This sounds like a sure way to get rich. Anything produced by Brother Shuo is guaranteed to be top-notch. Guozaiazi was used to Brother Shuo suddenly releasing something good, and his claim of no side effects was genuine. The wealthy guys who took their medicine were giving it rave reviews. After taking 5 pills, they could achieve climax on their own without the medicine, which made them incredibly happy. Word of mouth was spreading, and the word of mouth advantage was becoming increasingly apparent. Many people in the wealthy circle were starting to inquire about other supplements. They were selling several pills every day. Now, with this new product, Guo Xiaozi was immediately excited, but after a while, he realized what was happening. What? That succubus is yours? Guo Xiaozi shouted at the top of his lungs. Ah, why are you so surprised, Brother Shuo? I've never asked anyone for anything before. You have to help me this time. I really need to see him. Last time you paid someone to let you go, weren't you begging me to get you out of jail? Brother Shuo, can you please stop bringing this up? I'll bring it up, but don't even think about seeing this succubus. She's not from our area, she can't come over. But the goods can be shipped over, you know what I mean. Oh, it's from Southeast Asia, right? I was saying it had an exotic feel to it. I saw a lot of comments saying these beans look like tropical species. Great, Brother Shuo, you have plenty of channels in Southeast Asia. No explanation was needed, Guo Xiaozi would fill in the blanks himself. Now, come to my house to pick up the goods. Get the packaging and approval sorted out as quickly as possible, and get ready to put it on the shelves and sell it, understood? To be more legal and compliant, Yang Genshuo needed someone to do things for him. I might really have to start a company in Southeast Asia. This new food product needs a license number to be released, and it will be subject to random checks and testing by relevant departments. Without a legitimate source, it won't be allowed to be sold. This kind of bean isn't available domestically, but that doesn't mean it's not found abroad. Inspired by the comments section, Yang Genshuo decided to write it as a plant acquired in Southeast Asia. Next year during the ancestral worship ceremony, have Yang Fu bring up some night-blooming pea trees and some soil from Zhangyang City to build a plantation. It's called a tree, but it's actually a very thin branch, similar in appearance to a Sichuan pepper tree. The problem is, who should do this? They have to be trustworthy, right? I remember Yan Zhe is doing foreign trade in Beijing. He had just consulted Yan Zhe about factional struggles, and now he needed to get him to do the work. Yang Genshuo trusted Yan Zhe. He was good at everything except being a sycophant. But to have licked his boots all the way to Beijing for 10 years, Yang Genshuo had to admire Yan Zhe's perseverance. Su Yanyin is such a jerk. She's been stringing my brother along. This is a perfect opportunity to get Yan Zhe out of his misery. Before, Yang Genshuo was powerless and barely able to take care of himself, needing the help of these old brothers. Now that he has the ability, he wants to help his brothers take off. He likes to help those who have lent him a hand, because it makes Yang Genshuo feel good. This isn't for others, but for his own pleasure. He dialed the phone again. Fat brother, I'm talking to you. Ding Wuchit received a transfer of 14,525 yuan from Licking Zhe. Brother Shuo, I knew you were in trouble. What faction or cultivation? The story was good, but you really don't need to next time. I'll definitely help if I can, just tell me directly. If it's not enough, I'll get some more from my parents. At this moment, Yang Genshuo's throat tightened. 14,525. This number could be 10,000 or 15,000. But it couldn't be 14,525 because it meant all of Tian Zhe's money. Tian Zhe is usually very frugal, but he spends lavishly on Su Yanyan. When he first graduated and earned 3,000 yuan, he spent 2,800 yuan on gifts for her. Yang Genshuo and Chengbo always mocked him as a fool. So he never saved much money. Even so, he still took out all his money after just one phone call from Yang Genshuo. Sometimes, it's really hard for Yang Genshuo to judge a person from a single perspective. Damn. Do you think I'm that bad off? Take it back. I have serious business with you. Quit your job and come find me. I have a great way to make money for you. Tian Zhe was silent for a moment, then said quietly, you have a way in Southeast Asia, huh? How did you know, Brother Shuo? Don't be like this. This kidney of mine is still unused, my little gut is 99% new. Don't give up. How much money can we get you back? I'll chip in with Dao Yi. Hang in there. Tian Zhe choked up as he spoke. Is your phone being tapped? Tell me your location, and I'll find a way to get you out. What nonsense. Don't talk rubbish, I'm in Ximen. Take the fastest high-speed train, I have something urgent for you to do. Oh, you scared me to death. I thought you'd been tricked into going there. What's the rush? You need to make a trip to Southeast Asia for me. What can I say? Chapter 260 Succubus. My grandfather grew beans on a mountain. Fortunately, Yang Genshuo's authority as the boss remained intact over the years, and 4 hours later, Tianzhe arrived eagerly. Yang Genshuo immediately stuffed 3 million into Tianzhe's account and sent him a plane ticket to Vietnam. Go to the mountains, lease a plot of land, set up a plantation, and then open an agricultural products company. Sell this stuff to the food factories with immortal energy. Tianzhe took the mission and left. The policies there were more lenient, and with his money, setting up a shell company and trading with the mainland was very easy. After some casual maneuvering in the outside world, half a year had passed in the game. The Yang family's strength had greatly increased due to this ancestral worship. Spirit stones were useless if kept in hand. They could never use them all in a lifetime of cultivation. Only those that were spent had value. The third-grade pill, essence and blood replenishing pill, sent by Yang Fu sent his younger brother, Yang Fujin, to the divine realm in one fell swoop. Yang Fujin and his father, Yang Shi, shared a broken sword remnant soul, foundation establishment spiritual object for meditation and comprehended their own innate divine power, sword god. With a single thought, thousands of sword techniques. Yang Shi's long stagnant cultivation level was boosted by the special pill from the immortal martial sect, reaching the 6th level of the divine realm. This pill is so potent. I want one too, let's eat it. Yang Genshuo swallowed the essence and blood tonic pill that Yang Fu had given him, and his essence and blood surged. His spiritual sense, essence and blood, and true ki instantly reached perfection. Boom. He advanced to the innate Grandmaster level. But the pill's power was far more than that. The remaining medicinal force flowed through Yang Genshuo's body like a great river, propelling him to another level. Innate Grandmaster level 2. Innate Grandmaster level 3. He only managed to exhaust the medicinal force after advancing 2 levels. Yang Genshuo looked like he'd been pulled from water, covered in sweat, and his body was oozing black filth. The poop spraying is happening again. Yang Genshuo lightly jumped directly from the courtyard into the bathroom. After washing up, Yang Genshuo felt he had been sublimated once more. He felt as light as a feather and had an inexhaustible supply of true energy. Most importantly, Yang Genshuo held a stored ring that Yang Shi had used in his early days. With a slight movement of his spiritual sense, he unlocked the stored ring's seal. A 2 meter x 2 meters x 2 meters cube-shaped space appeared in his mind, ready to hold things at any time. Finally, I can use it. With a storage ring, he finally felt like he was truly cultivating immortality. Next year, I'll have Yang Fu buy a large storage ring. I need to store big things. Time accelerated. In Yang Fu's first year as city lord, Zhangyang City saw tremendous improvement. The second-generation hybrid spirit rice had a bumper harvest, doubling the yield and ensuring that none of the city's demons would starve. And after the reputation of enchantment magic spread, many disciples of the immortal martial sect came to Zhangyang City to enchant their demons, from which Yang Fu reaped a large amount of spirit stones. These demons with enchanting skills also earned wealth they could never have imagined. Eileen's cultivation level was only at the key refining stage, but she had still earned a considerable amount. Yang Fu often saw her helping some old demons in the city, and sometimes he would go with her. The fresh, cute, and independent little succubus brought Yang Fu a lot of joy. It was as if she were just like any other human female cultivator. Everything was developing as Yang Fu had predicted, except for the night demon palace demons and strange formations mentioned by Gongsun Takesu. All of this seemed to be non-existent, making Yang Fu wonder if Gongsun Takesu had been drained of too much essence and written down his illusions. Otherwise, how could he not have found it for a year? The two evil eyes were adamant that they didn't remember anything about it. Could it really be a misunderstanding? Yang Fu used some of the spirit stones to improve the environment of Zhangyang City, building several brand new buildings, renovating many dilapidated houses, leveling the streets, and hiring some old and weak demons to clean. The entire Zhangyang City had a brand new look, and the demons lived in peace and prosperity, full of vitality. The inheritance of enchantment magic also reached its peak. Last year, when Yang Fu was offering sacrifices to his ancestors, he said he would enchant all the magical artifacts belonging to his family members. Now that everyone else's artifacts are finished, only the ancestors remain. But it seems the ancestor doesn't have any practical requirements for these low-level spells, he's mostly just collecting them. Ancestor, how about I use some low-level magical artifacts to record all the demonic enchantment spells and offer them to you this year? Good, Yang Genshuo also thought it was a good idea. Now that he has reached the innate Grandmaster realm, his divine sense has condensed, allowing him to do things he couldn't do before, including using magical artifacts more flexibly. For his grand plan, he needs many magical artifacts with different effects. I'm going to give you an important task these next few years. Find a way to buy a 4th grade storage ring. 4th grade. Yang Fu gasped. He had never seen a 4th grade storage ring before. Even with the Yang family's immense wealth, they only had one 3rd grade storage ring, which was in Yang Fu's own possession. A 1st grade storage ring has a volume of only about 100 cubic meters, roughly the size of a cube with sides of 5 meters. The internal space varies depending on the refining method and craftsmanship. A 2nd grade storage ring, however, has a volume of 1,000 cubic meters, 10 times larger, generally sufficient to hold magical treasures, spirit stones, and spiritual plants. Most foundation establishment cultivators use 2nd grade storage rings. They are cost-effective and of high quality. If one isn't enough, you can simply use 2 more. The price is generally around 5 mid-grade spirit stones. A 3rd grade storage ring, on the other hand, boasts a massive internal space, reaching 10,000 cubic meters, equivalent to several large villas combined, easily accommodating the treasures of an entire family. Due to the rarity and high price of the refining materials, Yang Fu's 3rd grade storage ring cost 100 mid-grade spirit stones, equivalent to 100,000 low-grade spirit stones. Some ordinary immortal clans, like the neighboring Zhao and Jin families, would have to save for years without eating or drinking to afford one. As for the 4th grade storage ring mentioned by the ancestor, its price would be extremely high. Yang Fu estimated it to be no less than 1,500 mid-grade spirit stones, a huge sum. This represents the Yang family's income over 3 years. Currently, the Yang family earns about 300 mid-grade spirit stones annually from selling 5 elements nourishing pills, and about 200 mid-grade spirit stones from selling beast obedience pills and human-beast dual cultivation pills to the Jin family. In addition, the income from the Yang family's residence, Silver Brocade Lake, and the spirit fields just covers the family's daily expenses. The net annual income is around 500 mid-grade spirit stones. The previously excavated earth crystal mine has been completely mined, converting into 2,000 mid-grade spirit stones to fill the Yang family's inventory, and will not generate any further income. Therefore, spirit stones are not a major problem. Even if they are expensive, the Yang family can afford them. But these 4th grade storage rings can only be crafted by golden core cultivators who specialize in spirit storage techniques. They're not sold in sects, so where can I find one? Yang Fu frowned, deep in thought. Yang Zhenshuo's plan required a 4th grade storage ring, otherwise, a 3rd grade one would be too inefficient for transporting anything large. Good luck, I'm going back to making money. In the blink of an eye, another year had passed in the game. When it came time for the ancestral worship the following year, Yang Fu, after inquiring from various sources, still hadn't found a 4th grade storage ring. He had only offered a large quantity of night beans and night bean trees, along with all sorts of strange and wonderful magical artifacts, as requested by his ancestors. Besides that, there was one thing Yang Fu didn't quite understand. He looked at the several succubi he had gathered in his mansion, who were posing in various ways as they ate night beans. My grandfather grows calming beans on the mountain, and I've grown up with him since I was little. Good brothers and sisters, the beans are unsold, and my grandfather can't eat every day. Please help the succubus. I'll dance a demon dance for everyone. This scene struck Yang Fu as odd. Why would our ancestor have the succubus say such strange things? Could it be that someone in the immortal realm also likes these lifeless night beans? As he drifted off into thought, a figure quietly approached from behind. Slap. A pair of small hands landed on Yang Fu's shoulders, and Eileen smiled sweetly. Hey senior. Why are you daydreaming again? Chapter 261. A dark and windy night. One must be wary of even the slightest movement. Seeing Eileen arrive, Yang Fu's face naturally lit up with a smile. I think your succubus clan is truly blessed by the heavens. Even immortals can't resist the charm of succubi. Eileen pouted when she saw Yang Fu admiring another succubus's dance. HMPH senior, you're lying, eh? What do you mean? You promised not to favor them like the previous city lord, but you, HMPH. She looked displeased. Oh, hey, it's nothing, just a dance. City Lord Gongsun also fell for my great-grandmother Yao Yao after watching her dance. Don't be like that, Okay? I'll go with you to explore Zhangyang City, shall we? That little cave-dwelling demon we met yesterday has already entered the Yang family academy. The little succubus tugged at Yang Fu's arm, trying to pull him away from the dancing older sister who exuded sexy magic. Yang Fu patted her shoulder. This dance is almost over, I'll go with you later. Seeing Yang Fu's eyes were already glued to the succubus's ambiguous, white, rounded member, the little succubus Eileen quickly covered his eyes with her small hands. Don't look. I can dance too, when we get back. I'll dance for you. Yang Fu watched the succubus dance designated by the ancestor with his divine sense. It was nearing its end, and a thought struck him. Really? Yes. But it's a promise. I don't want to wear those clothes, I want to wear a Taoist robe. The thought of such a stimulating dance performed by a pure and lovely female Taoist priest filled Yang Fu with even more excitement. Okay, whatever you say. At this moment, the dance ended, and the ancestor in the sky sent a large golden character. Good. Yang Genshuo recorded the footage and quickly went to edit the video, seizing the opportunity to boost sales. Guo Xiaozi had already customized the packaging and was producing it rapidly. The night beans were ready-made, they could be directly packaged, sealed, and shipped. With the succubus's current popularity, he can monetize it immediately. And he's not just making a quick buck, his night beans have a genuine sleep-inducing effect. Once the first shot is fired, sales will be guaranteed. Watching Yang Fu and the little succubus Eileen being affectionate, Yang Genshuo smiled like an ant. Oh my Yang Fu seems to be in love. I wonder how talented the child born from a human and a succubus will be. Never mind, let them develop freely, I'll make money first. Yang Genshuo fast-forwarded the game and frantically made short videos. Let's go to Yang's academy. This is an academy Yang Fu opened for the demon children of Zhangyang City, teaching them human knowledge from a young age to fundamentally eliminate the problem of urinating and defecating on the streets. The demons are just too unhygienic. After basic material needs are met, Yang Fu decided to teach them according to human etiquette, thereby changing the face of Zhangyang City. A 3-year term is too short. I'll start, and hopefully the next city lord will carry it forward. Yang Fu did his best to do what he could. At the same time, he felt a vague unease, as if something was about to happen. While strolling through the city with Eileen, Yang Fu produced a first-tier talisman. The pale blue talisman paper was adorned with wild, unrestrained strokes, like a swimming dragon. The handwriting was incredibly familiar. Yang Fu touched the talisman, a faint smile playing on his lips. Kyanger. You've grown up. This was the talisman Yang Kyang had offered during the ancestral worship ceremony this year, the first minor spell he had learned. It was called the Answer Talisman, a second-tier talisman. After activating the talisman, one could pose a question that troubled them, and then receive a single sentence. This spell wasn't precise, unlike the Taoists of the Heavenly Mystery Sect who could inquire into the past and predict the future. It was a minor spell used by Heavenly Mystery Sect disciples for practice, providing a single sentence of advice based on the user's situation. It might hold a hidden secret, or it might just be empty words. Yang Kyang possessed the talent of Ghostly Talisman, Earth Level, mastering talisman drawing without a teacher, and the talismans he created were very powerful. After learning this spell, he drew many and gave them to his family. Yang Genshuo asked him with a smile, "This spell doesn't seem accurate, why do you want me to give one to everyone in the family?" The 16-year-old Yang Kyang looked at the sky earnestly. "Ancestor, this talisman. I don't ask it to solve any problems for everyone, but after activation, my voice will appear in everyone's ears. I haven't been home for many years, and I hope everyone still remembers. The children of the Yang family are out there, and I miss you all very much." Yang Genshuo was silent for a moment, then fulfilled Yang Kyang's request. Now, Yang Kyang occasionally goes into the mortal world with his masters to cultivate, witnessing historical events. During these times, Yang Genshuo cannot observe him, his secrets are forcibly concealed. Yang Genshuo can only see him when he is cultivating at the Heavenly Mystery Sect. Fortunately, Yang Kyang can see him during this year's ancestral worship ceremony. Yang Genshuo kept an eye on this kid from time to time, lest he be brainwashed by those old Taoist priests from the Xianji sect who had severed ties with the secular world. He hadn't been paying attention, but now he realized just how talented Yang Kyang was. He had already reached the key refining stage. A 16-year-old key refining cultivator, the first in the Yang family. Yang Fu naturally learned of this from his ancestor. At this moment, in Zhangyang City, touching the talisman Yang Qiang had made, he felt a warmth in his heart. He activated the talisman with his spiritual power, and Yang Qiang's voice appeared in his ears. "Father, is there a problem?" The voice he hadn't heard in a long time had changed a lot since he was 9 years old, but Yang Fu could still recognize it as Yang Qiang's voice. "Qianger, I have a question. Are there any hidden dangers in Zhangyang City? On a dark and windy night, we must be careful of any disturbances." Yang Qiang's voice echoed in his ears. After repeating it in his mind, Yang Fu slowly frowned. What does this mean? But no one answered his question anymore, and the answer talisman in his hand had burned out. This answer didn't seem like good news. Yang Fu had witnessed the heavenly mystery sect's divine calculations and believed in the talisman drawn by Yang Qiang, even though Yang Qiang had said that the talisman might not be accurate and the answer was difficult to explain, and might even turn out to be nonsense after a lot of analysis. But Yang Fu felt that there must be something wrong with Zhangyang City. The moon is dark and the wind is high. Does that mean nighttime? I don't think I've ever been out at night. Just as Yang Fu was thinking, his arm was grabbed by a pair of small hands. "Senior, you're spacing out again. Come with me." He was pulled by Eileen's small hands to eat sesame seed cakes from a roadside stall, a helpless smile on his face. "I haven't eaten this since I entered the Lingmiao continent. Aunt Wang's are super delicious. Just keep me company. Come on, open your mouth." Eileen hugged Yang Fu and laughed. The demons on the street looked at the two of them with kind eyes. They now knew that this city lord was really a good cultivator. Late at night, Yang Fu used a concealment technique, dressed in night clothes, holding a glass fire bottle enchanted with a Eye of Yama. Every soul in the air had nowhere to hide. Enchantment effect, see-through illusion. The Yama sheep's racial innate enchantment meant that even arrays couldn't stop Yang Fu's spying. For over a year, Yang Fu had been handling government affairs during the day and cultivating at night, having the evil eyes keep an eye on the city, managing both without neglecting either. This was the first time he'd ventured out alone late at night. "I want to see what Zhangyang City is up to." In the dead of night, on the city wall, two evil eyes were already asleep. Two useless fools. No wonder they never find anything at night. At this moment, Yang Fu realized he'd made a mistake. He'd trusted the evil eyes' execution too much. They could talk fluently about the demon race's shortcomings, innate laziness, lack of ambition, working one day and resting two. But Yang Fu forgot that these two evil eyes were also demons. With no one supervising them at night, they simply slept. No wonder they were still only at the key refining stage after all these years. Yang Fu personally conducted a covert investigation at night. Soon, he discovered a demon riding a gray whirlwind atop a giant demonic tree in the street. Its movements were strange, as if it were waiting for something. This wind demon. I don't think I've seen it before. Yang Fu's eyes turned crimson, and the Eye of Yama entered them. Within the whirlwind barrier, the soul fire of a human flickered. It's actually a human disguised as a demon. The next moment, an extremely powerful divine sense emerged from the whirlwind. Who is spying on me? Chapter 262. Yang Fu, you're a good city lord. Boom. The wind demon's driving technique unleashed a gust of black wind, instantly revealing Yang Fu's location even though the wind around him remained still. So you're here. Come out. Seeing that his opponent hadn't used any offensive techniques, Yang Fu didn't rush to attack. He calmly revealed his form, his face exposed, the city lord's token already in his hand. I am city lord Yang Fu. Who is this fellow Taoist? And how did you enter my Zhangyang city? What are you doing disguised as a demon? Tell the truth, or I'll activate the formation and refine you in an instant. A fourth-grade formation was created by powerful beings to counter golden core cultivators. This human cultivator, only at the foundation establishment stage, was absolutely no match for it. Even Yang Fu, with his abundant resources, couldn't withstand the formation's power. This was the reason the Cloud-Hidden Spirit sect had the confidence to appoint him as city lord. With a formation in hand, as long as no golden core cultivator intervened, defeat was impossible. Hearing Yang Fu's words, Feng Sun remained silent for a moment before removing his wind demon cloak. The whirlwind around him slowly dissipated, and he returned to his human form. City Lord Yang, long time no see. I am Feng Sun, Shineling Pavilion. Feng Sun, indeed. Yang Fu was slightly surprised, then activated his Yama Eye to look at Feng Sun's current appearance. There was no longer any disguise, this was his true face. Although he and Feng Sun had virtually no connection, Feng Sun was the top prodigy of the previous Immortal Path competition. He naturally knew about this big news and had witnessed Feng Sun's formidable strength in the competition. If it were in his year, Feng Sun might have been the first place winner. The person before him was indeed the Feng Sun he had seen. Now Yang Fu was even more puzzled. Why is junior brother Feng here? Feng Sun raised an eyebrow upon hearing the word junior brother. There is a sequence to learning the Dao. I reached foundation establishment before you, so you should call me senior brother Feng. It's alright, don't worry about the details, junior brother Feng. If you don't explain yourself clearly, I'll have to arrest you first. Yang Fu's eyes narrowed slightly, his hand tightening on the token. Strands of earth fire erupted from the ground, the scorching flames burning the space around Feng Sun. Yang Fu felt it using the answer talisman today, and encountering Feng Sun at night according to the clues, was definitely not a coincidence. Feng Sun saw that Yang Fu was about to use a 4th grade grand formation to capture him just to deny that he was his senior brother, and his lips twitched slightly. Alright. Junior brother Yang, boom. The earth fire formed a giant palm beside Feng Sun, the violent flames causing Feng Sun to break out in a cold sweat. How could a mere foundation establishment disciple possibly contend with a 4th grade grand formation? City Lord Yang, please wait. I also came here on a mission from the sect. Please take a look. Feng Sun politely took out his mission book. Mission, infiltrate the demon clan. Recently, we've received some information that the usually honest demons seem to be secretly conducting some kind of evil ritual, the purpose of which is currently unclear. Your mission is to infiltrate this city. After you've ascertained everything, you can return to your sect to report. Remember not to reveal your identity. If you need help, the city lord of Zhangyang City is also a disciple of our sect. You can seek his assistance. The mission document bears the seal of an elder from the Unine Spirit Sect's mission hall, so it can't be faked. Yang Fu breathed a sigh of relief and put away the city lord's token. I see. Junior brother Feng, you should have said so earlier. We need to investigate something. I also came out tonight to look for this group of demons conducting the secret ritual. Feng Sun, who had been struggling with the terms of address, narrowed his eyes slightly upon hearing this. Oh? So, City Lord Yang, what have you found out? Seeing Feng Sun's mission, Yang Fu understood even more clearly that Gongsun Taixu's diary was definitely not fake, and the evil eye's memories had indeed been obscured. I only know that this group of demons is an organization called the Night Demon Palace, and they've been performing this ritual for several years. They were even captured by the previous city lord, that's all. Feng Sun stared into Yang Fu's eyes. Yang Fu nodded, I know very little. It seems there's a mysterious force hiding this group of demons. Even my city lord's token didn't reveal anything. By the way, I see your mission time is about the same as mine. You've been here for over a year, right? Have you found anything? Upon hearing this, Feng Sun shook his head towards the shadows. I'm in the same boat as you. I've been searching for a year without any results. I feel, perhaps this group of demons was scared off by City Lord Gongsun and dared not commit any more crimes, so they disbanded. Yang Fu smiled helplessly. That's also possible. I'm the City Lord, so they can hide from me, but you're in the shadows, disguised as a demon. It's hard for them to avoid your investigation. If you can't find anything, then this information might be problematic. Feng Sun was visibly more relaxed at this point. Junior brother Yang, don't worry too much. Stay here for another year and a half. If you don't find anything, go back and report. Zhangyang City has made such great progress, it will surely receive praise from the sect, and the reward will be substantial. Yang Fu nodded, Junior brother Feng is right. But your mission will have failed, won't it? Feng Sun shrugged, the sect gave me false information. What can I do? At worst, I won't get the mission reward. I'll just forget about it. It's only 30 mid-grade spirit stones in total. My Feng family isn't short of that. Yang Fu gave a thumbs up. As expected of the Feng family that unified the Sky Garden dynasty, their foundation is rich and enviable. If it were me, I wouldn't be willing to let it go. Feng Sun's lips curled up slightly upon hearing this. Of course, considering we both came from the Immortal Path competition, if junior brother Yang ever needs spirit stones in the future, just come to me, and I'll help you out. Then thank you in advance, junior brother Feng. No need to be so polite, junior brother Yang. Junior brother Feng is a nice person, but he's a bit impolite. Knowing I'm your senior from the previous Immortal Path competition, He still doesn't change his way of addressing you. Junior brother Yang is also a bit disrespectful of sect rules. I'll establish my foundation first. Junior brother Feng, I'm older than you. Junior brother Yang, I'll establish my foundation first. Junior brother Feng, junior brother Yang. The two smiled, their aura growing stronger with each word. The wind's spiritual energy in the air pressed towards Yang Fu, who coldly snorted, unleashing a powerful burst of lightning from his body, forcing the wind's spiritual energy back. One wind, one lightning, neither giving way. After a long while, neither could gain the upper hand, and the two simultaneously coldly snorted. HMPH, HMPH, then they simultaneously stopped their cultivation. Junior brother Yang's title of Child of Tribulation is indeed well deserved. I'll be leaving now, farewell. Junior brother Feng's wind magic is also quite good. Now that you've revealed your identity, why not come to my residence for a visit? Forget it, I'm afraid I'll tear your city lord's mansion down. That makes sense. If you encounter danger while investigating, just call out and I'll hear you. Feng Sun was silent for a moment upon hearing this. I feel like I can't find anything out. You can continue being your city lord. I feel the same way, but he remembered the answer he received today. A dark and windy night. One must be wary of any disturbance. It seemed to have some meaning. But what? Nothing. Let fate decide. I'm going back. Yang Fu shook his head and returned to the city lord's mansion. Behind him, a voice came. Hey, Yang Fu. Although you're impolite, disrespectful to your seniors, and somewhat arrogant, you are a good city lord. I'm just doing what I'm supposed to do. Yang Fu left with a calm expression. A smile appeared on his lips as he walked back to the city lord's mansion. You've got a good eye for people. After Yang Fu left, a middle-aged man emerged from the bushes behind Feng Sun. Why didn't you let me kill him, uncle? He knows nothing. He'll be gone in a year and a half. It won't affect your plans, that's for the best. Otherwise, P.S. I'd also like to recommend another Xiangxian novel by an older author. Wife, you didn't really drug me, did you? The author is different from me. He writes 10,000 words a day, a huge output that's satisfying. I'm so envious. Chapter 263 Eileen allows her senior to handle her. After Yang Genshuo edited the dance video and posted it on Douyin, the mysterious succubus cosplayer, whose topic had been frequently trending on social media recently, once again topped the charts. Humans are drawn to the unusual. The more bizarre something is, the more attention it attracts. Moreover, the short videos not only went viral in China, but some bloggers abroad also reposted them, making them popular on international websites. Western netizens even speculated that the succubus cosplayer must be of mixed Western descent. To date, this mysterious succubus cosplayer has remained silent, making people even more curious about her origins. Yang Genshuo received hundreds of private messages inviting him to join various influencer agencies, but he ignored them all. To be a pure, ethereal live-streaming e-commerce host, after watching, he glanced back at his computer. In just a short while, another month had passed for Yang Fu. He seemed to have stopped contacting those mysterious demons. The Yang family members were all busy with their own affairs, and there were no major issues requiring his intervention. So he fast-forwarded without worry. While fast-forwarding, Yang Genshuo pondered something. Yang Fu's term is only 3 years, and half of it has already passed. How am I supposed to find succubi to film videos when he leaves? No, I need to film as much as possible during this time, gather a batch of material, and maintain account updates later. Besides, I have several computers, so I can record multiple succubi simultaneously and work on them all at once. However, this means you can't fast-forward through the game, because you can't record at the speed of a succubus's 4 minutes per day. It's okay, no rush, there's plenty of time. Yang Genshuo recently realized something. The path of cultivation is long, but in a world where 1 day equals 1 year, 1 year here is equivalent to 365 years in the cultivation world. With such a long time, all problems will eventually be solved. Currently, 59 years have passed in the game, but because he often slows down his actions, a little over 3 months have passed in reality. He has already achieved the innate Grandmaster level. You must know, in the Danai dynasty, it takes decades of training to become an innate Grandmaster. But he relied on various high-grade pills to directly reach that level. Once Yang Fu and Yang Fushua find the celestial treasures to rebuild his spiritual roots, he will also have plenty of pills to enhance a cultivator's spiritual energy, leading to rapid advancement. Therefore, He won't need to progress at top speed every day. He can rest appropriately and do more interesting things. For example, slow down and watch the succubus performance. Dancing succubi are coming and going in Yang Fu's mansion, and there are not just one, but several. Eileen panicked when she saw this. Senior, you've fallen, huh? If you really want to see that, I'll dance for you. You're not allowed to look at them. Eileen pulled Yang Fu to the inner courtyard, her face flushed and very shy. Yang Fu had already arranged things for the succubi according to the ancestors' requirements, and since he had nothing to do at the moment, he went to take a look. I won't change into those kinds of clothes. Not wearing clothes that reveal her white body was Eileen's bottom line. As you wish. Yang Fu thought this kind of thing was more interesting. Eileen's body danced gracefully. Lacking the fiery sexiness of a succubus, but possessing a more girlish shyness and charm. Indeed, contrast is the most beautiful. Yang Genshuo watched with great interest. After a while, Eileen danced closer and closer to Yang Fu. Hey, you're just dancing, why are you jumping into my arms? Eileen's red lips pressed against Yang Fu's lips. The two embraced and entered the house. Eileen whispered, I'll take off my Taoist robe and let you do as you please, Senior. No, I want the Taoist robe, wear it. Then came a series of shaky shots. Sigh, that's just how young people are, too hot-tempered. Yang Genshuo shook his head and zoomed into full screen. In the blink of an eye, they arrived at the game's 60th year. Yang Genshuo had recorded videos for 2 days and had accumulated a large amount of material. He planned to find someone to edit it later, enough to publish for a year. Yang Fu also encountered no problems, everything seemed to be going smoothly. Zhangyang City was getting better and better. Yang Fu had completed half of his mission. The improvement of living conditions in Zhangyang City was completed, all the demons were well fed, and they earned spirit stones through their respective enchantment magic. The city lord's income was also increasing daily, with spirit stones used to improve the city's appearance. It was entering a positive development phase. However, there was one thing Yang Fu hadn't accomplished. He only severely punished little Eileen, not the other succubi. His original intention was to address the succubus clan's overly privileged status in Zhangyang City. The first year and a half had been quite effective. The succubi, no longer favored by the city lord, had fallen from their pedestal and had to fend for themselves. Some of the stronger succubi had become enchantment magic practitioners. Others supported themselves with their skills. Fortunately, due to the city lord's previous rewards, the succubus clan possessed considerable spirit fields. With proper cultivation, they could definitely support the entire clan. This would allow the succubi to complete their transformation. However, Eileen became the city lord's woman, and somehow the news spread throughout the city. Now, all the demons in the city consciously respected the succubi and acknowledged their status. The demon race is a relatively pure race, they believe in the survival of the fittest. With the city lord's favor, the succubus is considered strong and must be respected. Moreover, due to Yang Fu's extremely high prestige, the succubus race has risen in status, even surpassing the power of Gongsun Taixu when he was city lord. This gave Yang Fu a headache. You promised to punish the succubi, but now, it seems like they are getting better and better. After pondering for a long time, Eileen provided the answer beside him. Senior, as long as they work and live well according to the rules you set, and don't interfere with the city lord's mansion anymore, your mission is complete, isn't it? Why care about their nominal status? Yang Fu patted Eileen's head and nodded. That's true. Yang Fu didn't think further, because he also had a worry. Eileen is a demon, how can she leave Zhangyang City? Yang Fu didn't reject this relationship, because Eileen, this lotus blooming from the mud, was truly special. He couldn't help but fall in love with her. The Yang family ancestral precept states that many wives and children bring many blessings. This was supported by the patriarch. Shen Yao is also a sensible first wife, so Yang Fu has no qualms about it. He only wants to take Eileen away and bring her back to the Yang family. Yang Fu even sought help from the patriarch, but Yang Zhenshuo said he couldn't help. He simply didn't have the ability to break this fourth-grade grand formation. Yang Fu could only try to find the Golden Core Senior from the Yunnan Spirit Sect who set up this formation to help him take a demon from Zhangyang City. This was Yang Fu's dilemma. Yang Zhenshuo, on the other hand, was very much looking forward to seeing what kind of child Yang Fu and Eileen would have. A human-demon hybrid, interesting. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, It means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 264, The first batch of gene editing elixir seeds. The Succubus Manor. The best location in the entire city, the most luxurious residence, second only to the city lord's mansion. Now, the Succubus clan is vibrant and full of life, having regained the glory of the time when Gongsun Taixu was in power. The clan leader, Yao Yaozi, is over 200 years old, still stunningly beautiful. She holds a cup of bright red spirit wine, drinking with the succubi. The first cup, to celebrate Eileen and City Lord Yang's happy marriage. The second cup, to celebrate us succubi regaining our rightful place. The third cup, the succubi eagerly chime in. The third cup, we all must toast the clan leader. If it weren't for your idea to have Eileen seduce City Lord Yang, our succubus clan would truly have fallen into obscurity. Yes, to find a breakthrough with such an upright cultivator as City Lord Yang, the clan leader is truly amazing. I never imagined a human cultivator would be attracted to this strange little girl, Eileen. Yao Yaozi wears a charming smile. I told you, no one can escape the seduction trap of our succubus clan. Eileen is the most special among us. She possesses a charm we lack. However, after all, Lord Yang is an upright man. After he leaves, who knows who else will come? This has served as a reminder that we cannot rely solely on the Lord. We must also unite with other powerful demon cultivators and stay close to a succubi. By the way, Misha, how is the Foundation establishment stage demon, Swift-Wind Old Demon, whom you contacted? A sweet-looking, intelligent young succubus stepped forward, looking somewhat troubled. Clan leader, he hasn't been in a good mood lately. It seems, he has some unspeakable secret. I haven't been able to get into his heart. It's alright. At this time, just quietly accompany him and wait for him to cheer up on his own. A dilapidated demon tavern, crude demon brewing. Yang Fu couldn't stand this inferior demon brew. The technique was far inferior to that of human cultivators, even worse than the Blazing Sun dynasty. But Feng Sun had been frequently drunk here for the past year. Yang Fu had met Feng Sun once before, shared a few drinks and chatted, and asked him why he was behaving this way. Feng Sun said he hadn't finished his mission and had nothing else to do, so he might as well drink. This struck Yang Fu as odd, because in his mind, Feng Sun was an exceptionally talented prodigy, a super genius in the Yunnan spirit sect. How could he be so addicted to drinking? Although they hadn't interacted much, Yang Fu sensed that Feng Sun wasn't the type to indulge in pleasure. His ability to become the #1 prodigy was due not only to his exceptional talent, but also to his extremely diligent cultivation. Since their last meeting, Feng Sun had been in the state of drinking whenever he had nothing else to do. Yang Fu felt a little sorry for him. Junior brother Feng, if you continue like this, your cultivation will soon be surpassed by mine. Whatever, then why don't you try doing a mission? What if? No, what if? If I say it's gone, it's gone. If I can't find out, no one can. Sigh. Yang Fu sighed and left. After a while, a succubus named Misako, slightly more mature than Eileen and always wearing a kind older sister smile, arrived. She poured herself a glass of wine. Zunfeng, drinking alone again. Feng Sun's face finally showed a smile when he saw Misako. Sit down and drink with me. Under Guo Xiaozi's financial offensive and some lingering impressions left by Boss Kui, the approval for, and Shen Dao, was like a rocket, getting approved and launched directly. Xianqi Food Company could now legitimately sell this product. It had a serial number, packaging, and was a very legitimate product. After almost a week of preparation, Yang Genshuo's Douyin account had surpassed 5 million followers. He had become a recently phenomenal rising star. He refused interviews and did not cooperate with any company, remaining very mysterious. Today, he directly released a video. Get a good night's sleep. In the video, the succubus told the story of her grandfather growing beans on the mountain since childhood, and also tasted, and Shen Dao, mentioning some of its effects, emphasizing its sleep-inducing properties and how long-term use could improve sleep. However, these beans are extremely difficult to cultivate and manage, resulting in a scarce and precious harvest that is unavailable to outsiders. Limited by extremely high costs, the price won't be very favorable. A box of 50 beans sells for 499 yuan. 10 yuan, for a good dream directly launched. Yang Genshuo is adopting a low-profit, high-volume strategy this time. His previous high-priced, high-profit products consistently failed to achieve high sales volumes, had a small audience, and lacked social recognition. Anyone could easily take advantage of them, requiring others to intervene. Yang Genshuo believes that only by scaling up the company and making it influential can he protect his future research. The price of this product is completely acceptable to the middle class. Let's see the sales figures. The product's launch with the latest video caused a huge stir. The previously mysterious succubus, after less than a week of hype, is now selling products. Instantly, the enthusiasm of onlookers exploded, with comments and reposts coming in all directions. Most of the comments were negative. Yo, I messaged you asking how much you sell it for and you didn't reply. So you were planning to sell a huge amount. What kind of lousy beans are sold by the piece? The word sleep aid basically means it's a scam. Only an idiot would buy it. $499 a box? Why don't you just rob someone? I haven't been able to sleep lately, and seeing the price of $499 made me faint. Have you ever tried it yourself? Want some? Can you use your feet to rub the skin off my pimples? I'd pay $4,999 for it. Stop talking, just talk to them. This is suspected of false advertising. I've reported it. Let's see when it's taken down. So eager to make money, this will be a flop soon. Brothers, is this what you men like? To be honest, I think what she said makes a lot of sense. Why don't I buy a box and try it? Your typical case of the small head controlling the big head. Take my advice, talk some sense into it. $499? Whatever, I'll buy 2 boxes to play around with. When are you going to start a live stream? I'll send you a carnival of gifts. If only it could really cure insomnia. My mom always has headaches and can't sleep at night. I'll buy her a box to try. Don't lie to me, streamer. This is money I saved up from working part-time for half a month. Follow me if you're interested, and I'll keep you updated. Most of the comments were sarcastic and cynical. Occasionally, a few people expressed interest in trying it, but they were told not to buy it. Sales were lukewarm. After all, with 5 million followers, this was a hot influencer, and they could sell some things. Yang Genshuo wasn't worried. Let things play out. Once the first batch of feedback comes out, I won't have to worry about selling it. He solved the exposure problem first, and then, with quality as a foundation, it would be strange if the product didn't sell well. Yang Genshuo then made separate phone calls to Guo Xiaozi and Yan Zhe. Both calls went smoothly. In addition, Chengbo also called. Brother Shuo, we finished a batch of gene-edited herbs yesterday, and they've already germinated in the culture medium. Do you want to take a look? Sure. I'll go right now. After recruiting people, Chengbo's progress indeed accelerated. The first batch of gene-edited spiritual herb seeds arrived. Although they didn't know their effects or what they would grow into, at least it was a new variety. As long as the dragon god Immortal Palace recognizes them, that's fine. The ancestral worship time was approaching this year, and Yang Genshuo planned to give this batch of germinated new seeds to Yang Shi so he could plant them in the meteorite immortal mansion, where growth could be 10 times faster. That way, they could become first-grade spiritual herbs in 10 years, meeting the minimum offering standard of the dragon god Immortal Palace. After telling Yang Shi this news, Yang Shi also told Yang Genshuo something important. Ancestor, the first batch of third-grade spiritual herbs we planted in the meteorite immortal mansion back then has matured. Chapter 265. Eileen is pregnant, and her promise to Feng soon. The grade 3 spiritual herbs in the meteorite immortal abode have matured. This means Yang Fushuo finally has experimental materials to use. According to Zhuan's Han Taoists, most of the spiritual herbs in the immortal abode must be used by the sect disciples, otherwise they cannot inherit his legacy. However, Yang Shi has been studying the immortal abode for years and discovered a backdoor. Fuqing and Fujian are both disciples of the Zhuanqi sect. Giving them to them is considered giving them to the sect disciples. They can just give them to Yang Fushuo when they make offerings. Yang Shi found a loophole, which not only allows him to monopolize the vast spiritual herb resources of the immortal abode, but also allows him to obtain Zhuan's Han Taoist's legacy. However, Yang Shi is, after all, the vice-sect master, and he wasn't so ruthless as to take all the resources accumulated by the sect. He kept half for the sect and used the other half for his family. This balanced the relationship between the two sides. Yang Genshuo nodded after hearing Yang Shi's explanation. Not bad. Yang Shi is the kind of person that fits Yang Genshuo's view of him. But what if it were Yang Fu? Yang Genshuo thought for a moment and then smiled. That kid will definitely get all the spiritual herbs to Yang Fushuo. Yang Fu is a typical family first type, only concerned with the family's interests. Time accelerated, and it was time for the ancestral worship ceremony again. This time, Yang Genshuo obtained even more night beans from Yang Fu and transferred a large number of grade 3 spiritual herbs to Yang Fushuo. Yang Qiang did not participate in the ancestral worship ceremony this year. He went out with his masters, and no information could be found. Yang Genshuo was already used to Yang Qiang's occasional disappearances. He had done a lot of ideological work with his child, and now he highly valued the family, so there was no need to worry. The mysterious Taoists of the Heavenly Mystery Sect were unfathomably powerful. With their protection, Yang Qiang's safety would not be a problem. For this ancestral worship ceremony, Yang Genshuo sent over the new hybrid spiritual herb culture medium that the Taoist had just created. Put it in the meteorite immortal mansion and cultivate it well. This is very important to us. It was related to the opening of the Dragon God Immortal Mansion. The more new varieties of spiritual herbs cultivated, the more benefits they could obtain. Yang Shi said solemnly, "Don't worry, ancestor, I will make sure they take good care of these immortal herbs." After receiving a batch of third-grade spiritual herbs, Yang Fushuo also officially began his attempt to become a third-grade alchemist. The AI also continued to evolve along with Yang Fushuo's alchemy log. Time flowed rapidly again. Year 60, Yang Fu's lover, Eileen, is pregnant. It was like a joke. A month before Yang Fu's 3-year term as city lord was about to end, the succubus Eileen became pregnant. When Yang Genshuo heard the news, he was not only surprised but also worried. Yang Fu hasn't found a way to take Eileen away. He can't just leave her alone in Zhangyang City, can he? If it had been just a game before, Yang Genshuo wouldn't have cared. Now, Eileen was carrying the Yang family's child, so she was a member of the Yang family. It had been 10 years since the Yang family had a new child. Yang Fuqing and Yang Fujin, those two stubborn sons, refused to find a Taoist partner, which infuriated Yang Shi and Yang Genshuo. This child was extremely precious to Yang Genshuo. I wonder what interesting talents a child born from a human and a demon will inherit. The succubus race's talents are quite interesting. It wouldn't be bad if a descendant of the Yang family could obtain them. Yang Fu only learned of Eileen's pregnancy after seeing the ancestor's message, and he hugged and kissed little Eileen profusely, overflowing with affection. "Eileen, come with me. I'll take you back to our Yang family and leave Zhangyang City." Eileen's big eyes filled with sweetness upon hearing this. "I'll listen to you, senior." She was a succubus, but after 3 years together, Eileen found herself unable to live without Yang Fu. The succubus race worships the strong, and Yang Fu was the strongest in the city. "Wait for me in the city. I need to return to the sect to find a way for you to leave." "Okay. I'll wait for you here. I'll do my best to fulfill the tasks you left behind." In the past 2 years, Eileen had contributed a lot to Zhangyang City. Yang Fu entrusted many things to the intelligent Eileen. She was essentially the city lord's secretary. Even if Yang Fu left now, Eileen could ensure the normal operation of Zhangyang City. Before leaving, Yang Fu stroked Eileen's little head. "Take good care of yourself and protect our child, senior. Don't worry, with old Neo and old He here, we'll be fine." The Minotaur Guard and the Dark Elf Guard bowed. "Lord City Lord, rest assured, anyone who wants to touch Lady Eileen will have to step over our corpses." "Alright, I'll leave it to you." Both guards were half human, half demon, and had been diligent and reliable for the past 3 years. However, Yang Fu was still a little uneasy. Before leaving Zhangyang City, he went to the dilapidated tavern. "Feng Sun, I need to leave for a while. Your term as city lord is still a month away, right? Eileen is pregnant. I need to return to the sect to find a way for her to leave Zhangyang City." Feng Sun was somewhat surprised upon hearing this news, and even put down the wine in his hand. "Oh, and then, you're the only human in the city besides me, and your strength is no less than mine. I'd like to ask you to look after Eileen. If anything unexpected happens, you must intervene." Feng Sun looked at Yang Fu's sincere expression, a half-smile playing on his lips. "Are you entrusting your wife and child to me?" "Yes, that's right. When I return, we'll travel together. After returning to the Cloud-Hidden Spirit sect, I'll treat you to some good wine." "Let's not talk about good or bad wine for now. Why should I help you?" "Because, if you entrust me with something, I will help you, whether now or in the future, as long as I can do it." Hearing this, Feng Sun glanced at Yang Fu and then nodded. "Alright, but before I agree, I have something to say." What? Feng Sun's face wore a playful smile. Call me senior brother Feng, Yang Fu. Alright, he still hasn't forgotten about that. But for Eileen's safety, Yang Fu gritted his teeth and called out, Senior brother Feng, that feels good, so refreshing. Really refreshing. As long as we are in this city, Eileen, you don't need to worry. Feng Sun was very confident. Yang Fu returned to his sect with peace of mind. Compared to the demons, Yang Fu actually trusted Feng Sun more. In the past 2 years, the two often drank and chatted, occasionally even engaging in magical duels. Yang Fu's divine ability, 6 elements returned to 1, could restrain cultivators of the 6 elements of metal, wood, water, fire, earth, and thunder, but it couldn't restrain Feng Sun, who used wind. Moreover, his most proficient technique, which countered wind elemental power, couldn't give him the upper hand against Feng Sun's wind-based magic. Therefore, their duels were a true clash of raw strength. If Yang Fu didn't use some of his other techniques, he couldn't defeat Feng Sun. Feng Sun, naturally, couldn't do anything to Yang Fu either. In the past 2 years, the two had fought many times, all to a draw, never seeing a clear winner. Although the two argued fiercely over the rivalry between their senior brothers upon their first meeting, their 2 years of fighting had forged a bond between them, and Yang Fu still trusted Feng Sun. Not long after Yang Fu left, the alluring succubus Misha arrived, her serene smile naturally encircling Feng Sun's shoulder. What shall we drink today? Feng Sun put down his wine cup. Misha, let's go somewhere else to drink today. Huh? Where? That tavern next to the city lord's mansion is quite nice. 20 days later, Yang Fu returned to his sect. He made numerous inquiries, hoping to find the Golden Core Stage Senior who had set up the 5 elements demon subduing array. However, he finally learned from Murin Ziyin that the array had been in place for over 200 years, and the senior had passed away before reaching the nascent soul stage. The array, which restrained the demons, could not be altered unless a nascent soul ancestor forcibly destroyed it to expel the demons inside. At that moment, Yang Fu was struck by lightning. Chapter 266 The Method of Dual Cultivation. A formation set up by a golden core cultivator can only be broken by a nascent soul cultivator using brute force if one doesn't possess formation mastery, far surpassing the setters. However, this would lead to the collapse of the entire formation and cause severe side effects, annihilating any living beings within it. Yang Fu, the demons in Zhangyang City only enter and never leave, Murin Ziyin told Yang Fu. Yang Fu remained silent. His family had neither a formation master nor a nascent soul cultivator. Even if he sought help from Long Hong, the head of the Earth Spirit Pavilion, he wouldn't intervene. A 4th-grade formation capable of withstanding a golden core cultivator. Its value was immeasurable. This was the wealth of the Cloud-Hidden Spirit sect, their means of binding demons who entered through spatial rifts, a method they had maintained for over 200 years. They wouldn't destroy this formation just because he wanted to take a demon with him. Once destroyed, it could never be recreated. The predecessor who set it up had already passed away. Yang Fu sat cross-legged on the roof of the Earth Spirit Pavilion, pondering for a day, but found no solution. Ancestor, Yang Fu has a question. I can't help you either. Yang Genshuo shook his head. He cared deeply for the Yang family's children, so he had been watching Yang Fu's actions closely. This 4th-grade formation was beyond their capabilities. Even if Yang Genshuo could bring in a large force, forcibly destroying it would be disastrous for the demons inside. Eileen, being pregnant, couldn't withstand such a shock. However, you should first apply for another 3 years as city lord. Let the child be born first. If Eileen can't leave, you can make some arrangements to prevent them from being harmed in the future. Yang Fu's eyes narrowed upon hearing this. Yes. Let's wait 3 years, we'll definitely find a way. Mission Hall. Yang Fu found Zhao Kuo, the deputy head of the mission hall, and told him he wanted to work in Zhangyang City for another 3 years. I've arranged many things over there, and the initial results are already showing. The situation of the demon race has greatly improved. In the future, I need to continue to implement my policies, and it's not a good time to change the city lord. Zhao Kuo looked troubled. But, Yang Fu, you're too late. I already sent the mission letter to a Foundation establishment disciple of the Golden Spirit Pavilion last month. He should have already set off. Hall Master Zhao, give me 3 more years, and I can get Zhangyang City to provide the sect with spirit stones every year. Hiss, those lazy demons in Zhangyang City are lucky if they don't need sect supplies, let alone provide them. That's right. Starting this year, we no longer need sect supplies and can be self-sufficient. In 3 more years, or at the latest 6 years, we will definitely be able to provide the sect with no less than 300 mid-grade spirit stones every year. I'll send someone to recall that disciple from the Golden Spirit Pavilion right now. You'll come back to report to me in 3 years. Thank you, Hall Master Zhao. If you can do it, I'll have to thank you. If Yang Fu could achieve this, it would truly be a great service to the sect. The deputy head of the mission hall, knowing the value of money, naturally understood what this meant. Yang Fu earned another 3 years as city lord through his achievements. Now, he wasn't too worried about Eileen. After all, he still had 3 years to figure something out. During his time back at the sect, Yang Fu returned to his family's residence and spent some quality time with his family. After 3 years apart, Shen Yao had already developed the demeanor of a female family head, acting decisively and managing the Yang family's residence impeccably. But in front of Yang Fu, she was still the girl he used to watch the excitement and drink spirit wine with. Cultivators have long lifespans, and they still had plenty of time ahead of them. After the two cuddled for a while, Yang Qiangyao returned. Upon seeing his father, he was stunned for a moment, then quickly ran over. "Dad, you're back. Mom didn't lie to me, she said you'd be back in a month or 2. Dad, look, I found another bag of spirit stones today." Yang Qiangyao pulled out a small bag of spirit stones from behind his back, his face beaming. Yang Fu hadn't even had a chance to express his feelings before he was amused. "You've grown up, you're finding more and more spirit stones. If you see the owner, you must return them." Yang Qiangyao scratched his head. "Well, every time I return them, I find 2 more bags of spirit stones the next day. If I return them again, I'll find 3 bags." He was also troubled by this ability, because his classmates and teachers seemed to be struggling financially. Yang Fu thought for a while and said, "That might be your destiny." Thinking of what the ancestor had said about Yang Qiangyao's great fortune, Yang Fu agreed even more. With this ability, at least you won't go hungry in this life, he'll always have something to eat. Yang Qiangyao's cultivation speed was much slower than Yang Qiang's, and he hadn't even reached the key refining stage yet. One could say he was rather slow-witted. Yang Qiangyao was extremely handsome, and Shen Yao said he was surrounded by many girls at the academy. Yang Fu felt that his second son would never lack a Taoist partner in his life. Perhaps living a peaceful and happy life wouldn't be bad either. Finding more Taoist partners and having more children would also be a contribution to the family. Yang Fu was thinking this when a clear voice rang out behind him. "Grandpa, you're back." Yan Mumu walked over with Yang Qiangjin. Yang Qiangjin was 13 years old this year, but she was tall and slender, with extremely bright eyes that seemed to flicker with flames. She was 5 years younger than Yang Qiangyao, but her fire spirit power talent was extremely high, and she had already reached the 7th level of fetal breathing. "Qiangjin has grown so much? Good, good." Yang Fushuo was at a crucial point in alchemy. The refining time for 3rd grade pills was very long, and it would take many days to refine one batch of pills. He didn't have time to return to the family at this time. Yang Fu stayed at home for half a month, but Yang Fushuo didn't return either. He heard from the ancestor that Yang Fushuo couldn't be distracted at the crucial moment of breaking through to the 3rd grade alchemist. Yang Fu bid farewell to his family and boarded the Phoenix Dance Manor's treasure ship to return to Zhangyang City. Before leaving, he gazed at the family's residence in the distance and sighed softly. "Senior Sister Lang, do you still think of this family?" Since he went to Zhangyang City, Lang Li had not returned for 3 years. It seemed that giving birth to Yang Qiang had already repaid Yang Fu's debt of bringing her to the Lingmiao continent. Yet Yang Fu still thought of her. On the large treasure ship, Yang Fu sat cross-legged to cultivate. The spiritual power within his body reached its limit once again, and the feeling of breaking through to the foundation establishment stage returned. Yang Fu fully circulated his lightning spiritual power, compressing the 5 elements of metal, wood, water, fire, and earth spiritual rivers again. Boom boom boom. Yang Fu sat on the ship, his body bursting with 6-colored light, continuously condensing spiritual power. The cultivator piloting the treasure ship, watching the faint flashes of lightning in the sky, cursed inwardly. "Damn it, why are there always thunderclouds following us?" Brother Feng's so comfortable Misha Zi lay on the bed, her small wings unfurled, her body twisting irregularly, beams of light flowing from both of them. Feng Sun and Misha Zi circulated their cultivation technique, reaching their peak together. Spiritual and magical power merged, transforming into light that flowed back into their bodies. At this moment, not only were their bodies at their best, but their strength also rapidly improved. After finishing their cultivation, Feng Sun slowly exhaled. Misha Z pulled a piece of light gauze around herself, her face filled with a hazy, alluring expression, and said, "Brother Feng, your dual cultivation method is amazing. I feel my strength has improved. Yes, I've benefited quite a bit too. Brother Feng, how do you know such powerful magic? If our succubus clan mastered this magic, how could we be called a scourge? Oh, it's a family heirloom." Chapter 267 Hope for Leaving the City. What? Yang Fu is going to be the city lord for another 3 years, a voice filled with barely suppressed rage rang out from the shadows. Feng Sun knew the reason. But he didn't say anything. The plot this time within the clan was too grand, even he, a cultivator with a heavenly spirit root, was merely a pawn in it, only recently learning some of the plans. Feng Sun, he's already wasted our time. We can't wait another 3 years. We must begin setting up the formation. Yang Fu must be eliminated. Uncle, don't touch Yang Fu, he's investigating what we're doing. Do you know what the Feng family will face if he's discovered? I will make sure Yang Fu leaves Zhangyang City, regardless of what we're doing. Are you sure? Yes. Feng Sun left the formation expressionlessly and headed straight for the city lord's mansion. Hey! Junior brother Feng is here. Come quick, let's join my welcome banquet today. Yang Fu pulled Feng Sun's hand and led him into the mansion, whispering, I specially brought you some good spirit wine from the sect. I guarantee there will be plenty. Consider it a farewell feast for you. Thank you for taking care of Eileen during this time. Feng Sun's mission was a month later than Yang Fu's, and after Yang Fu returned, Feng Sun should also go back to report. Speaking of which, when traveling, it's still the people from one's own sect who are trustworthy. The Cloud Hidden Spirit sect has few rules and is relatively lenient. Because it receives offerings from the 12 dynasties, the sect has abundant resources, and outer and inner disciples basically have no survival pressure. Most of them live a carefree life, and are quite peaceful. The fellow disciples, including the Grand Masters, have very good relationships. Yang Fu truly treats Feng Sun as a junior brother. He feels that although Feng Sun is a bit boastful, he is still very reliable at heart. Hearing Yang Fu's words, Feng Sun forced a slight smile onto his somber expression. Alright, junior brother Yang, tonight, I won't leave until I'm drunk. No problem, junior brother Feng. After a round of toasts, it was already late at night. Everyone else had left, leaving only Yang Fu and Feng Sun still drinking. The two were drinking a jar of grade 3 spirit wine, flowing light moon shadow. A wondrous spirit wine, not to mention its spirituality comparable to elixirs, its palatability alone was exceptional. Even for the prodigy Feng Sun, this was the first time he had tasted such a high-level spirit wine. This jar of grade 3 spirit wine cost 10 mid-grade spirit stones. Comparable to top-grade grade 3 elixirs, Feng Sun would normally be reluctant to drink it. Today, he didn't hold back at all, drinking cup after cup. Junior brother Feng, is there something you want to tell me? Yang Fu asked. The black clouds in the sky were blown by the wind, blocking the moonlight, and the night suddenly darkened. Feng Sun put down his wine cup and looked at the few rooms in the city lord's mansion that were lit up. You want to take her away from here, is that right? Yang Fu's heart skipped a beat. You have a way, Feng Sun nodded. Brother Feng, speak quickly, but I need you to exchange something with me. What? Your position as city lord? Upon hearing this, Yang Fu's face showed a questioning look, but before he could ask, Feng Sun said impatiently, don't ask why. Is it a trade or not? A trade is possible. But only a token from the sect can activate the 5 elements demon subduing array. You don't have a token from the sect, and you can't use mine either. How can you be the city lord? I know what I'm doing. If you want to trade, tomorrow at this time, take Eileen to the east gate. I'll wait for you there. After you leave, don't come back. Yang Fu looked at Feng Sun in surprise, because he didn't expect Feng Sun to solve this extremely difficult problem so quickly, as if sending Eileen away was effortless. Feng Sun seemed unable to explain anything, and Yang Fu's questions were to no avail. Okay, that's settled, Yang Fu agreed. He was serving as city lord for another 3 years solely for Eilin's sake. If Feng Sun could help him, what did it matter if he became city lord? He might have reservations about others, but Feng Sun was a good cultivator certified by Eileen. Those little goblins and other low-level demons had all secretly received help from Feng Sun. Feng Sun's actions had also escaped the observation of the evil eye, so Yang Fu was certain that Feng Sun was a good cultivator. He had already made a good start for Zhangyang City. If Feng Sun continued to implement his plans, the city would be prosperous in 3 years. As for what Feng Sun wanted to do, Yang Fu thought a lot, but finally shook his head, abandoning all speculation. Never mind, Feng Sun knows what he's doing. Eileen was overjoyed to learn that she would be leaving Zhangyang City the next day. Senior, really? I can really leave here? Yes, a friend of mine has a way. You can see the Lingmao continent properly now. From now on, travel the world with me. What? Senior, you're so good to me. I'm the first succubus to leave this city. Eileen jumped onto Yang Fu, hugging him tightly, sobbing, tears glistening in her eyes. If not for being suppressed, which demon would willingly be trapped in Zhangyang City for life? Eileen was a succubus born and raised in Zhangyang City. She had never stepped out of the city. After hearing so many stories about the outside world from Yang Fu, she longed for the wonderful life of traveling the world. I promised you. Yang Fu stroked Eileen's black hair, feeling her soft, water-like body, as if she wanted to merge into him. The life gently beating in her belly was Yang Fu's child, whose blood was thicker than water. For this child, I will take Eileen with me. Yang Fu didn't want his child to live only in this city. Huh? This Feng Sun has this ability? I didn't see that coming. After Yang Genshuo finished posting the short video and handling the night beam listing, he left the rest to Guo Ziazi. He had nothing else to do and his energy returned to the game. Yang Fu, who was outside, was the person he was most concerned about. Especially since he had just said he couldn't bring Eileen out, and then came back to be slapped in the face by a mere Foundation establishment cultivator. No, even with your heavenly spirit root, it's impossible. Let me take another look. Yang Genshuo opened Feng Sun's character card. After looking at it once, it was pretty much the same as before, without any new words like Array Master or Nascent Soul Stage. He looked through the previous records of Feng Sun's character card, which he had opened in the game 2 years ago. After comparing them, he found 2 differences. The first was that he had advanced from Foundation Establishment Level 1 to Foundation Establishment Level 2. This was to be expected. After all, he was a heavenly spirit root cultivator, so his advancement speed was normal. The other difference was that Feng Sun had acquired a new cultivation technique, the Joyful Union and Demonic Fusion technique. After cultivation, human cultivators can use this technique when uniting with demons, achieving a harmonious balance of yin and yang, and a fusion of spiritual and demonic power, reaching their peak together and promoting the growth of both parties' strength. Huh? Isn't this the technique specifically for stir-frying succubi? How did Feng Sun suddenly learn this? It wasn't available in Zhangyang City before, but this technique isn't related to leaving the city. There must be other methods involved. Chapter 268 of Feng Family and the Night Demon Palace. The next day, midnight. A full moon shone brightly in the sky, casting a cool, clear light, without a single cloud. Yang Fu and Eileen waited hand in hand at the city gate. The 2 dutiful evil eyes weren't already asleep. It was clear their demonic identities were genuine. A gentle breeze blew by. Feng Sun's figure descended upon the city wall. Junior brother Yang, after this journey, you will never return. Are you ready? Yes, Yang Fu had already packed all his belongings. Eileen had told Zhao Yaozi about it today, and the succubus clan was happy for her. She was beaming with happiness. Then I'll begin. Yang Fu and Eileen stood at the city gate, and a faint barrier appeared. If any demon dared to approach, it would be instantly subdued by the power of thunder. A golden light shone in Feng Sun's hand, and the array behind Yang Fu trembled slightly. Yang Fu was greatly shocked. Junior brother Feng, you're breaking the array. He never expected that Feng Sun would actually manually break the array to send him out. This is a 4th grade formation set up by a golden core stage senior. Yang Genshuo, who was observing, was also stunned. Dude? You only have a 2nd grade formation master on your character card. Isn't this a bit too much of a show-off? Yang Genshuo felt that if Feng Sun continued like this, he would be backfired by the formation and be directly killed as an enemy. But the 5 elements demon subduing formation not only did not backfire, but was gradually penetrated, and an extremely small hole opened up and was slowly expanding. It actually worked. Yang Fu and Yang Genshuo said the same thing in a rare moment. Yang Fu was pleasantly surprised, while Yang Genshuo had a look of disbelief. Impossible. Absolutely impossible. A second-grade formation master breaking a fourth-grade formation, and you suppress a golden core stage cultivator? Isn't this a joke? Do you think this is a mindless wish fulfillment novel? Yang Genshuo complained everywhere. He felt that there must be a problem, and his eyes searched Feng Sun, wondering if there was some kind of formation spirit or something, and even tried to find a transmigrator system template on him. Just as he was filled with suspicion, a symbol suddenly appeared in an inconspicuous shadow, character card. Yang Genshuo couldn't see anyone at all, but a character card had suddenly appeared there. Yang Genshuo was certain it hadn't been there a few seconds ago. At this moment, the game speed had already slowed down to the slowest setting. Yang Genshuo couldn't possibly be seeing things. Invisibility spell. Some extremely profound invisibility spells could obscure his vision, making him unable to see the figure, but their character cards would float above his head. Yang Genshuo opened the suddenly appearing character card. Name, Feng Zhang. Identity, younger brother of the Feng family, patriarch of the Sky Garden, liaison for the Night Demon Palace, uncle of Feng Sun. Lifespan 356/500, realm, second level of the Golden Core stage, skill, Grandmaster formation. Yang Genshuo's eyes narrowed. It's him. He's breaking the formation, a Grandmaster of formation at the Golden Core stage. If that's the case, then it makes sense. But what surprised Yang Genshuo most wasn't his cultivation level or the array formation, but his identity, a member of the Feng family, a liaison for the Night Demon Palace. He's connected to the demons of the Night Demon Palace. At that moment, a flash of insight struck Yang Genshuo. Everything seemed clear. No wonder Yang Fu hadn't found those demons for 3 years, no wonder Feng Sun kept advising Yang Fu not to look anymore. It turns out the Feng family is connected to the Night Demon Palace. Even a Golden Core stage array master couldn't hide their tracks from Yang Fu using a 4th grade array. There's a traitor. At this moment, Yang Genshuo still wanted to know one more question. Is there any connection between the Night Demon Palace of the Demon Clan and the Night Demon Palace of the Monster Clan? The Monster Clan's Night Demon Palace aims to destroy the barrier sealing the Myriad Demon domain, so what does the Demon Clan's Night Demon Palace want to do? The answer to all these questions lay with the Feng family. Inside, Yang Fu, his face beaming with joy, looked at the opened array entrance. Enough for Eileen to escape. Go! Eileen spread her succubus wings with a whoosh, like a night elf, and burst out of Zhangyang City, soaring freely in the world. Outside, the moonlight was bright, and the air was filled with the fragrance of earth. Senior. I'm really out. Yang Fu turned around and cupped his hands to Feng Sun. Junior brother Feng, I owe you a favor. If you ever have any trouble in the future, come find me in the sect. Stop talking nonsense, hurry up and go, and don't come back. Take good care of Zhangyang City for me. Let the demons live well, they are actually quite lovely. These words touched Feng Sun's heart. He thought of the little goblins who surrounded him every day, eating pancakes and laughing innocently. As long as they had a meal, they could be happy all day long. The happiness of many demons was very simple. This was his agreement. Yang Fu stepped on his flying sword and was about to leave when a line of golden characters appeared in the sky. Feng Sun is from the Night Demon Palace. There's also a Golden Core stage array master from the Feng family hiding here. Don't expose yourself. A golden finger arrow marked Feng Zhuang's location. Yang Fu was startled when he saw the words Night Demon Palace, then turned to look at the shadows. A figure was faintly visible, with subtle fluctuations of spiritual energy, almost undetectable without careful observation. Or rather, if the other party hadn't been focusing on breaking the array, he wouldn't have noticed it at all. The next moment, Yang Fu nodded and left on his flying sword without looking back. After picking up Eileen, the two flew away, gradually disappearing from Feng Sun's sight. A dark cloud drifted in, shrouding Zhangyang City behind them in darkness. On the city wall, a majestic figure stood up. Feng Zhuang watched the path Yang Fu had taken, his eyes slightly narrowed. I feel like he saw me before he left, so what? He's gone. There's no one to restrain us anymore. We can carry out the family plan with peace of mind. Perhaps I shouldn't have agreed to your request. Only the dead can guarantee eternal safety. Uncle, Yang Fu is my friend, Feng Sun said coldly, then turned and walked down the city wall. Feng Zhuang looked at Feng Sun, sighed, and floated over. Child, don't blame your uncle for being ruthless. It concerns the future of our Feng family's 100,000 members. I can't be careless. You'll understand when you become the family head. Feng Sun's expression darkened upon hearing this. Was my father like that too? He was a great leader. Everything he did was for the Feng family, including using me to bring you here? And then manipulating my mission? Manipulating my future? Even my future Taoist partner was chosen. Hearing this, Feng Zhuang sighed. You'll understand later. Those succubi are just for fun, a bunch of trash. Only that idiot Yang Fu treats them like treasures. Feng Sun's eyes narrowed, anger rising on his face. If you say that again, I'll never cooperate with your actions again. Alright, let's leave it at that. Although Feng Zhuang wanted to lecture Feng Sun a bit more, this matter really couldn't be accomplished without Feng Sun, and there was no need to anger the stubborn child. Besides, no matter what, Feng Sun was the future head of the Feng family, and Feng Zhuang still gave him a certain degree of respect. As for the departed Yang Fu, Feng Zhuang wasn't so at ease. He had a feeling that Yang Fu had sensed something. Fortunately, the Night Demon Palace gave me a talisman that can predict other people's futures. Whether Yang Fu will make mistakes or not, I'll know after some divination. Chapter 269 Obscuring Heavenly Secrets. Dun Yang Genshuo downed a bottle of soda, feeling much refreshed. He was just about to go to sleep when a bombshell message popped up in the game from Yang Fu's side, instantly dispelling his drowsiness. The Feng family and the Night Demon Palace demons were actually in contact. This news was completely unexpected. Yang Genshuo hadn't seen any such activity before. The only slightly odd thing is that Feng Sun seemed very lazy in Zhangyang City, showing little interest in investigating the demons, but who would have thought that? Yang Genshuo paced back and forth in his study, pondering the implications of this matter. If we just pretend this never happened, and ignore the Feng family and the Night Demon Palace, then Yang Fu can leave with Eileen, and my Yang family will have one more child. This matter will just pass without any impact, but, the Night Demon Palace. The demon race is going to break through the barrier and arrive in the Donai dynasty in just over 40 years. We still know nothing about the Night Demon Palace that organized this. What exactly is their relationship with the demon race? Could it be that the demon race will also descend upon the Donai dynasty by then? Yang Genshuo felt this was terrifying. And his complete ignorance was even more terrifying. He had no say in anything. It was too frustrating. No, this can't just pass like this. We must find a way to understand the Night Demon Palace, and ideally, capture one of their demons. We must figure out the whole story. Yang Genshuo looked at the game. Yang Fu had already left with Eileen. He frowned, clearly also pondering this matter. Eileen chattered incessantly the whole way. The outside world, even in the darkness, radiated a captivating light. This light was called freedom. Yang Fu didn't say anything to Eileen, but instead led her on to the treasure ship returning to the cloud-hidden spirit sect. While Eileen slept, Yang Fu called out to Yang Genshuo towards the sky. Ancestor, I don't understand. Advanced manifestation, secret language, incense 3. The treasure ship was a mixed bag. Yang Genshuo glanced around and even spotted a golden core cultivator from another sect. Exchanging words with him risked revealing his identity. A telepathic conversation will suffice. Yes, Ancestor, I have too many questions. Even I was momentarily surprised to see the connection between the Feng family and the Night Demon Palace, but I am not a cultivator of the Heavenly Mystery sect and cannot deduce the past or future. I understand. If this matter were entrusted to you, what would you do? Yang Fu hesitated for a moment before saying, I don't think Feng Sun is a bad person. He has hinted at things to me multiple times and actively sent me out of the city, clearly not wanting me involved. This matter shouldn't be directed at our Yang family. We just happen to run into each other, but the Feng family obviously doesn't know that we have long been paying attention to the Night Demon Palace organization, especially since the Night Demon Palace of the demon race and the Night Demon Palace of the monster race share the same symbol. This can't possibly be a coincidence. The Night Demon Palace of the monster race is plotting to invade the Great Night Dynasty, and the Night Demon Palace of the demon race has connections with the Feng family of the Sky Garden. Why are they both from the 12 dynasties? Is there something special about our spiritually barren land? Ancestor, if you leave the decision to me, I intend to go back and investigate thoroughly. The more we understand the enemy, the less danger my father, younger brother, and younger sister will face in the future. This is what I, as the eldest son, should do. Yang Fu's face was resolute. He knew Yang Shi best and knew his father's stubbornness. He would not leave the Donai dynasty or the Xuanxi sect. Yang Genshuo sighed. Xiaofu, Eileen is already pregnant with your child. Shen Yao will take good care of her. And I have the Yang City Lord's token. It will be difficult for even a golden core cultivator to kill me in Yang City. Ancestor, I won't do it if I'm not confident. Yang Genshuo also tended to find out everything, even if it meant seeing some character cards from the Night Demon Palace's demon race. In that case, I will keep an eye on you from now on. After the treasure ship returned to the sect, Yang Fu arranged for Eileen to stay at the Yang family's residence without explaining much. Yaoer, I have something to do concerning the fate of our family. Eileen is pregnant with our Yang family's child. Take good care of her, and I'll talk to you properly when I get back. Shen Yao had originally wanted Yang Fu to coax her a bit and give Eileen a little hard time, but upon hearing this, she stopped thinking about it. Husband, I'll take care of everything at home. You just go and do what you need to do. I'll take good care of Eileen and the child. Yang Fu didn't rest after returning home. He immediately flew back to his sect on his sword. Before returning to Yang City, he still had some preparations to make. Boom! Thick purple lightning bolts struck down from the thunder clouds above Yang Fu's head, and countless violent lightning spiritual forces rushed into his Danshan, compressing the already condensed five-element spiritual river once again. His body was severely tempered by the lightning tribulation. His physical body, spiritual consciousness, and spiritual power underwent another transformation. His aura soared, but he still didn't use any foundation establishment spiritual artifacts. 12th level of key refining and 2nd level of divine connection realm, Yang Fu felt that his spiritual power limit had surpassed that of an ordinary foundation establishment stage cultivator, and his body was undergoing some kind of special change. This was something he had never seen recorded in any of the books he had read. Although he didn't understand what path he had stumbled upon, Yang Fu felt that he had chosen the right one. A feeling deep within him. Perhaps this is my talent. He originally thought that his greatest talent was his extremely fast cultivation speed, his ability to grasp any technique instantly, but only today did he realize that his greatest talent was the tribulation lightning he had attracted. Endless, vast, and mighty, like a divine being pouring into his body. Without the immense pressure of the tribulation lightning, he would not have been able to compress his spiritual power indefinitely. At this moment, a strange phenomenon suddenly flew in from the horizon. Boom! The hazy cloud above Yang Fu's head, invisible to the naked eye, shattered with a bang. Yang Fu's heavenly concealment has withstood one probe from Wind's loyalty, and the heavenly concealment effect has disappeared. A conspicuous notification popped up on Yang Genshuo's screen. That golden core cultivator from the Feng family is deducing Yang Fu's fate. This was a new blessing that Yang Qiang unlocked after joining the heavenly mystery sect. Yang Genshuo had used it a few times, but it had never shown any effect. Now, it was actually being used. Concealing heavenly secrets can conceal the original fate of Yang family descendants, giving them a false fate. Consumes 100 incense points, expires after one investigation. Yang Fu was still unaware of what was happening, only feeling something being shielded from his body. Ancestor, was it your blessing that protected me? Yes, that golden core cultivator from the Feng family was deducing your fate. If he had calculated that you were preparing to return to Yang City, then what awaited you would have been a dragon's den and a tiger's lair. Fortunately, Yang Genshuo was also very glad that he hadn't saved those 100 incense points earlier. Otherwise, he would have been seen through directly. Blessing, concealing heavenly secrets, incense points minus 100, another blessing was directly added to Yang Fu, restoring the concealed state. Yang Genshuo finally breathed a sigh of relief. Suddenly, Yang Genshuo seemed to realize something and smiled. Yang Fu, your safety on your way back this time has greatly increased, huh? Chapter 270 Investigation. The Night Demon's Vision Talisman, in Feng Zhang's hand burned out completely. Wisps of black smoke rose into the air, forming a line of text before him, decades of dedicated cultivation, detached from worldly affairs. Seeing Yang Fu's future, Feng Zhang's heart finally settled. Very good. Go back and cultivate in peace. It wasn't in vain that the young master worked so hard for you. This talisman came from the upper echelons of the Night Demon Palace and was extremely precious. It could predict the future and know one's destiny. The Feng family had been able to get to where they were today without being detected by any force, largely thanks to this talisman. Your choice also saved the lives of your Yang family. No matter who stood in his way, Feng Zhang would not hesitate to exterminate their entire clan. Because no matter what, they could not be exposed. Now, there is no force that can stop us anymore. We can safely set up the formation and wait for that day to arrive. The fate of the Feng family is about to change. Feng Zhuang's face shone with glory. Everything was for the family. A magical artifact that could be hidden as a demon was not considered rare in the Cloud-Hidden Spirit sect because there was a spatial rift to the demon realm within the sect's sphere of influence. Cultivators were needed to guard it and capture any demons escaping from the rift, bringing them to Zhangyang City. The cultivators guarding the rift often disguised themselves as demons, arresting those who naively believed they had entered a new world. Yang Fu bought a magical artifact to disguise himself as a key refining stage minotaur demon. Wearing it, 2 thick horns grew on his head, and a large amount of thick hair sprouted from his body. It was very effective. Combined with Yang Fu's own disguise techniques, even a golden core cultivator couldn't tell he was fake unless they looked closely. After preparing his disguise, he immediately set off for Zhangyang City. Yang Genshuo wasn't idle either. Yang Fu needed to do more work and required more intelligence. His most urgent task was to find out how the Feng family of the Sky Garden had made contact with the demons. Upon returning to his sect, Yang Fu consulted some historical records. The Feng family was a family of exceptionally talented individuals, with numerous cultivators possessing the Feng spirit root, resulting in extremely high overall strength. However, they had never produced a truly outstanding prodigy, which was why they hadn't won first place in the Immortal Path competition for hundreds of years. In the last 100 years, Feng Sun was the first Feng family member to enter the Yunnan spiritual sect. He brought 3 other Feng family members with him to the Lingmiao continent. According to the records of the Yunnan spiritual sect's immortal clan pavilion, these were 2 golden core cultivators and 1 foundation establishment expert. The strength within the Feng family was evident. This explained Feng Sun's arrogance, which earned him respect from many cultivators. It was also because the Feng family had risen from the ranks as a golden core immortal clan, completely different from the Yang family, which started from scratch. The Feng family had also brought a large amount of wealth, spending lavishly and cultivating wide connections, clearly becoming a rising powerful immortal clan. A small immortal clan like the Yang family simply couldn't compare to the Feng family's foundation. All of this seemed quite normal. But Yang Genshuo sensed something different in it. The Feng family brought 2 golden core cultivators up here, probably to join forces with the Night Demon Palace to set up that mysterious formation. Now, Zhangyang City might not just have 1 golden core cultivator, but 2. Yang Fu needs to be extremely careful on his return. Fortunately, the other side deduced that Yang Fu and his group received the wrong information, namely Yang Fu's protective talisman. The Cloud-Hidden Spirit sect can only investigate what everyone knows. There are many more hidden matters that Yang Fu has no right to investigate and needs to go elsewhere. The Heavenly Mystery sect, Yang Qiang happened to be in the sect at this time. He had already mastered the basics of the Heavenly Mystery technique and the Merit Mantra. Among them, the Divine Travel to the Void Palace technique for exploring history was already highly proficient. Qianger, I need you to investigate the relationship between the Feng family of the Sky Garden dynasty and the Demon Clan. Great Rejuvenation Pill, complete. Yang Fu's hands spewed out a large amount of flames, and the pills in the furnace quickly took shape. A refreshing medicinal fragrance wafted over, and Yang Fu took out 6 pills from the furnace. It's done. Finally done. Ding Yang Fushuo successfully refined the Grade 3 pill Great Rejuvenation Pill, becoming a Grade 3 alchemist. The Yang family's cultivation skills have reached a new level. Incense offerings plus 500, remaining incense offerings 14,530. Upon seeing the message, Yang Genshuo smiled slightly. Not bad, as expected. Yang Fushuo has officially become a Grade 3 alchemist, and it's time to develop new Grade 3 pills, with the support of Grade 3 spiritual herbs from the Meteorite Immortal Mansion, plus the annual ration from the Pill Pavilion. Yang Fushuo can now go all out to develop Grade 3 pills. The price of a Grade 3 pill starts at 5 mid-grade spirit stones. The Great Rejuvenation Pill is a typical Grade 3 pill. After consumption, it can quickly restore injuries and spiritual power, and replenish ki and blood, making it an excellent pill for healing and replenishment. It's an essential item for Foundation establishment cultivators when they go out, and it's also the most consumed medicine. Right, it's time to give them new AI-derived pill formulas. 10 new pill formulas flashed in the sky, 5 for second-grade pills and 5 for recently derived third-grade pills. At the same time, Yang Genshuo added a final note. Sure, congratulations on breaking through to the third-grade alchemist. Yang Fushuo glanced at them and memorized them all. then scratched his head and chuckled. "Your son has worked so hard, ancestor. How about a reward?" Yang Fushuo had the thickest skin in the Yang family, as Yang Genshuo could attest. Give him a little encouragement, and he'd immediately start jokingly asking the ancestor for a reward, or he'd be constantly thinking about chatting with the ancestor. Very mischievous. However, Yang Fushuo had indeed made significant contributions in recent years. Besides becoming a third-grade alchemist, Yang Fushuo hadn't stopped refining new second-grade pills. His clones were responsible for refining them. Previously, he couldn't control two bodies simultaneously to refine pills. But after breaking through to the foundation establishment stage, his spiritual sense increased significantly, making control much easier. Furthermore, Master Du Yuan is also a heavy user of the I Split the Pill. This pill can only create a clone at the key refining stage. Let alone in the eyes of Du Yuan at the golden core stage, even in the eyes of Yang Fushuo at the foundation establishment stage, its strength is insufficient. It's out of the question for magical battles, but if the spiritual sense is sufficient, it can be very useful. Du Yuan supplemented Yang Fushuo with many pills to increase his spiritual sense, giving him the spiritual sense comparable to a foundation establishment grand perfection cultivator despite his foundation establishment level 3 strength. Through the efforts of the master and disciple over the years, they have fully mastered the I Split the Pill and are using the clone to refine first and second grade pills. Yang Fushuo has obtained too many AI pill formulas, so he studies them with Du Yuan. The two of them are frantically refining new pills, at a faster pace than in previous years. This also speeds up the progress of opening the Dragon God Immortal Palace. Therefore, although Yang Fushuo has been striving to become a third-grade alchemist for the past few years, he hasn't neglected refining new low-grade pills. This is crucial for Yang Genshuo's ability to rebuild his spiritual root, and his contribution is immense. After exchanging a few words with Yang Fushuo, Yang Genshuo turned his gaze to Yang Shi. In his meteorite immortal abode, 10 strangely shaped medicinal herbs had sprouted. If you are listening to this novel on a channel other than Fanfic World, it means it was downloaded and re-uploaded without effort. We warmly invite you to visit our channel, Fanfic World. There you will find the original version of this story and many other novels of various genres. We look forward to seeing you dive into a world of incredible novels. Chapter 271 Accelerating the Development of Hybrid Elixir. Cultivating spiritual herbs in the meteorite immortal abode is equivalent to 10 years in a single year. Yang Genshuo's 1 day is equivalent to a year in the game. The first batch of genetically modified spiritual herb seeds he received from the Taoist yesterday have already grown for 10 years in the game, becoming first-grade spiritual herbs. Of the seeds in the entire culture dish, 10 survived. These 10 herbs each had a different appearance, while undergoing strange changes from their original species. Snake-tail grass, a common first-grade wood-type spiritual herb, often used to make detoxifying pills. It's very common in areas inhabited by snake-type spiritual beasts, and is also cultivated by various X and immortal clans. Tracing back thousands of years, this herb has existed for thousands of years. It's definitely not the kind of unknown treasure that the Dragon God Immortal Palace needs. Yang Shi stood in the meteorite immortal abode, and the snake-tail grass before him was quite different. It contained a gene fragment from a fire-type spiritual herb, exhibiting scorching characteristics. Red particles grew on the green grass, and its attributes were both wood and fire, making it look very peculiar. Perhaps it should now be called snake-tail grass, strange. Besides this, snake-tail grass, strange, the other 9 spiritual herbs also exhibit different behaviors from their original counterparts. Half of them are dual-attribute herbs, and some display various strange symptoms, as if they are ill. For example, this 10-year-old, Lingsi, is covered with a bunch of colorful fungi, seemingly parasitized. It looks rather frightening. Lingsi is a tonic, even without using it for alchemy. It is a highly nourishing substance for ordinary people. Many martial artists use Lingzi to replenish their ki and blood. But this Lingzi with colorful fungi looks like a good ingredient for making poison at first glance. Yang Genshuo opened the herb's name card and found that the name was still a question mark. Attributes: metal, wood, first-grade herb, grows a mutated Lingzi containing metal and wood poisons, possessing considerable toxicity. Is this a new herb name? This was the first time Yang Genshuo had encountered such a situation. Previously, all spiritual objects, whether he had seen them before or not, could display their names and attributes, which allowed the Yang family to acquire abundant resources while developing the demon wind forest. This thing, however, required naming itself, clearly indicating it was a new creation, something that had never existed in the cultivation world before. Yang Genshuo named the plant, poisonous spirit mushroom. Intrigued, he also named the other 9 herbs. Excellent. Although this is only a first-grade herb, it has never appeared in the cultivation world before, which definitely meets the criteria for unknown treasure of the Dragon God Immortal Palace. Just like my first and second generation hybrid spiritual rice, Yang Genshuo was very confident. The 20 million I spent on the laboratory for Taoist Master wasn't a waste. And the 8 highly paid assistants too, this investment was worthwhile. Using modern genetic technology to modify the seeds of herbs from the cultivation world would produce wondrous chemical reactions. These 10 new medicinal herbs are not only for offering to the Dragon God Immortal Palace, but also raise the question. Since they are new herbs, if we use them to refine pills, could we create new pills? Even in the vast and resource-rich spirit continent, the types of herbs are limited, and there's a limit to the number of combinations that can be refined according to the principles of alchemy. Some of the more common pills have already been refined by predecessors. Yang Genshuo has been using an AI-driven approach to discover unusual pill formulas. While these can produce pills, many are merely modifications of existing pills, or simply useless pills. For example, Yang Genshuo recently refined a second-grade pill called the Heavenly God pill. After taking it, one feels like a god, and that's it. Yang Genshuo once suspected that this was something ancient emperors ate for a moment of pleasure, and then, well, that's it. These pills are solely for infiltrating the Dragon God Immortal Palace as a kind of unknown treasure to increase progress. But new herbs are different. Yang Genshuo can refine new pills based on the new characteristics. The training over this period has allowed the AI to thoroughly research first-grade and second-grade pill formulas, making it far more powerful than when it first appeared. The Yang family has been refining new pills for several years and possesses several valuable items. Yang Genshuo instructed Yang Genshuo to keep them hidden, as they will be of great use in the future. I hope we can have more trump cards, so my plans can proceed more quickly. Pill making is among the top-tier skills for earning spirit stones in the cultivation world. These new pills will be key to the Yang family's future strength. Of course, these are matters for the Yang family's future, and Yang Genshuo won't mention them for now. Currently, there are only 2 crucial matters. 1. Quickly open the Dragon God Immortal Palace. 2. Find a way to prevent the demon race from descending, or prepare methods to resist them. One concerns Yang Genshuo's own cultivation path, and the other concerns the foundation the Yang family has built over so many years in the Donai dynasty. Taoist's work is crucial. In the game, Yang Fu has returned to Zhangyang City, disguised as a minotaur to investigate, but hasn't yet found any clues about the Feng family. Yang Genshuo called Guo Xiaozi. How is the company operating now? How much money is left in our company account? Guo Xiaozi reported with a happy expression. I'm not exaggerating, Brother Shuo. Entrusting this company to me was the wisest decision you ever made. I'll make you a fortune. Our distillery's reputation has spread far and wide. It's now a luxury item among the wealthy. Anyone making a big splash without a jar of Starry Dream wine is just embarrassing themselves. By the way, recently quite a few foreigners have heard about our wine. I've placed some orders overseas, and the revenue is substantial. Since you spent all the company's money building that lab, after taxes, we've netted another 40 million. However, for now, this is still a luxury item. Even the richest people won't drink it every day. Each jar weighs over 5 jin, 2.5 kg, so it takes time to savor. Therefore, the short-term repurchase rate isn't very high, and we probably won't be able to maintain such high revenue next month. Fortunately, it's a steady stream of income. By the way, your coming bean is exploding. Orders surged within 3 days of the first batch being shipped. The repurchase rate from existing customers is as high as 50%. Do you know how terrifying that is? It's amazing, Brother Shuo. Don't underestimate this little thing at only 499 yuan a box. The sales volume is huge. I've already shipped 100,000 orders this week. That's 50 million. After deducting all costs and taxes, it's almost as much as our winery's revenue. Guo Xiaozi couldn't hide his excitement. Yang Genshuo's lips curled up slightly. Good stuff never has to worry about sales. Remember, products from Zhangqi are always top quality, Don't worry, Brother Shuo. I've already paid people to promote this. It's really amazing. Recently, quite a few people have gotten wind of it from somewhere and want to buy our compressed biscuits, insisting on trying them, but I've politely declined them all, saying they're not mature enough for special supply. Hearing this, Yang Genshuo felt relieved. I trust you to handle things. Now, allocate 20 million yuan to Chengbo, let him continue to expand the laboratory, speed up my hybrid herb project. Chapter 272 Night Demon Palace Demon Clan. What kind of lab is this? So expensive, 20 million then 20 million more, it's a money-devouring beast. Guo Xiaozi's whole body ached. As CEO, his greatest achievement was watching the company's wealth steadily increase and then calculating his share dividends. Now, a direct investment of 20 million meant that 6 million of his 30% share dividends would be gone. Yang Genshuo laughed. Don't worry, there will be plenty of opportunities to make money in the future, Xiaozi. As long as you work hard, you'll never lack money in your life. Brother Shuo, I also want to buy a Bentley. TCH, stop pretending. Just drive a Yang Wang instead, support domestic products. Okay, I'll arrange it right away. Guo Xiaozi was just joking around with Yang Genshuo. In reality, he was very clear about his position. As long as he worked hard for Yang Genshuo, he wouldn't lack anything. He wasn't stupid either. He naturally knew that Yang Genshuo had extraordinary power behind him, and there was likely a mysterious force helping him. Yang Genshuo then called Dao Yi. Master Dao, transfer the 20 million yuan grant to your lab account immediately, and speed up my hybrid herb project. Chengbo, holy crap, as a PhD student, his language skills were extremely limited at this moment, and he could only recall the most primitive expressions. After Yang Genshuo gave Master Dao the grant, he glanced at the 8 computer screens and, finding nothing major, casually browsed the news. He happened to see his, and Shen Dao, trending on the hot search list. How exactly did an Shen Dao, priced at 499 yuan a box, capture the hearts of the middle class? In China, the middle class can afford this price. The working class doesn't care much, after all, they've worked all day and insomnia is non-existent. To paraphrase what Yang Genshuo's father said when he was a child, insomnia isn't tiring. You can work the fields all day and fall asleep in 10 seconds. But for modern urban youth and middle-aged people, physical labor is less and mental stress is greater, making insomnia a common sub-health phenomenon. Many buyers have left their experiences. It's hard to believe this is a food product. I'm a heavy user of sleeping pills. I can't sleep without them. I bought a box just to try it out, and I didn't expect it to work so well. Yesterday, I didn't take anything, and I actually fell asleep without even realizing it. It's amazing. I highly recommend everyone try it. It's very effective, even too effective. My roommate thought I had been poisoned and passed out. Great stuff. It would be even better if it were cheaper. I gave it to my mom, and her headache didn't flare up all night. My goodness. This is the first time in 3 years that I've seen my mom sleep through the night. When I saw her open her eyes in the morning, she didn't make a hissing sound of pain, but smiled. I wanted to cry. Thank you Shendao, thank you Xi'an Qi Food Company, thank you all. I'll work it part-time to make sure my mom keeps taking it. Yang Genshuo was deeply moved by the last comment. Making night beans is a good idea, it makes money and does some good at the same time. Yang Genshuo thought back to a year ago, when his 3 stores were consistently losing money. His glory days were over, customer traffic was decreasing, and he was losing money every day, struggling to stay afloat despite countless efforts, but things were only getting worse. He even suffered from insomnia back then. The pressure was immense. This stuff can help many people. Yang Genshuo thought for a moment and sent a private message to the student who was working part-time to buy calming beans for his mother. Hello, classmate, I'm very happy to see that our company's food can help your family. If you can provide proof such as your mother's medical records and identification information, our company can sponsor your mother's supply of calming beans so that your mother can get a good night's sleep. The student quickly responded and sent many photos and videos. Yang Genshuo looked at his mother, whose face was wrinkled and whose eyes were sunken from the headache, and at this filial child, and was deeply moved. He called Guo Xiaozi and asked him to arrange for a box of calming beans to be sent to the students every 50 days. After finishing, Yang Genshuo felt a deep sense of peace. Perhaps I can make this world a better place. Yang Genshuo then looked at the reactions to the night beans. Besides the genuine buyers, There were many envious individuals and companies. Among them, some professional anti-counterfeiters who contacted him privately started to harass him because he didn't reply. Various reports and exposures were made. Relevant departments were invited to inspect the factory, but because he had previously established companies in Southeast Asia, the imported food had some calming effects and was not against regulations. The relevant food safety department took some samples for testing. In addition, due to his connections with leader Kui, nothing caused any ripples, and the immortal food factory remained as stable as Mount Tai. Boxes of calming beans were being packed continuously in the workshop and shipped to all parts of the country. Zhangyang City. After searching for 2 months, the Minotaur Yang Fu finally discovered some clues. He found the symbol of the Night Demon Palace next to her private house. Moreover, during the day, Feng Sun, in his guise as the Wind Demon, was drinking in the nearby tavern. Ancestor, I think I found them. Yang Genshuo sensed Yang Fu's call and immediately looked into the game. Slow down the game speed and carefully observe the surroundings. Among the houses, a formation stands prominently. Invisible formation, third rank illusion formation. Entering the formation conceals all movement. Outsiders cannot detect any activity. With Yang Fu's current cultivation level, he couldn't see through the formation at all, and hadn't even noticed it. No wonder Yang Fu couldn't find it. It turns out there's a third rank concealment formation as a cover. However, a problem arose. Yang Fu wasn't skilled in formations and lacked the ability to break them. Furthermore, Yang Genshuo couldn't see inside the formation either. Feng Sun had disappeared immediately after entering. The formation blocked Yang Genshuo's view. If we don't forcefully break the formation and alert them, we'll have to wait for the people or demons inside to come out. Hearing his ancestor's words, Yang Fu patiently waited. Actually, he could use the city lord's token to forcefully break the formation, but that would completely expose him. If there were 2 4th-rank golden core formations in the city, they wouldn't be able to save his life. Yang Fu's biggest advantage now is his covert presence. No one knows he's launched another surprise attack. After patiently waiting for a long time, Feng Sun emerged. Yang Fu glanced at him but didn't follow, since his records indicated he wasn't from the Night Demon Palace and probably not a core member. After waiting a while longer, several demons bearing symbols appeared. Yang Fu's eyes suddenly sharpened when he saw one of them, a ram-headed, human-bodied demon. Yamagoat. Yang Fu never imagined that the old goat who first followed him in his enchantment magic was actually a demon from the Night Demon Palace. A cloud of black mist rose from the old goat's head, and the eye symbol on his forehead slowly disappeared. Yang Fu quietly followed. Chapter 273 Yang Fu, the Second Batman. The Yama sheep is a warrior race among demons. They possess demonic power akin to hellfire, and the innate ability to track the souls of others through the Yama eyes. Born warriors, they are renowned throughout the demon realm. This Yama sheep, who lived in Zhangyang City, adopted a human name after arriving here, Yang Wei. Yang Fu usually calls him Old Sheep. To be fair, if you go by surname, he could actually be linked to Yang Fu in some way. Old Sheep is a Foundation Establishment stage demon, and the first demon to demonstrate demonic enchantment techniques to Yang Fu. He is hospitable but occasionally petty, but he deeply admires Yang Fu for leading Zhangyang City's continuous development. Old Sheep's enchantment techniques are also the best-selling. Such a demon, who should have already established himself in Zhangyang City and is now living the life Yang Fu had promised him, bringing delicious food from outside by boat, shouldn't have any rebellious thoughts. However, Old Sheep is actually the member of the Night Demon Palace that Yang Fu has been searching for 3 years. Following behind Old Sheep, Yang Fu felt a mix of emotions. So, what exactly is the Night Demon Palace plotting? How did the Feng family get involved with him? Yang Fu wanted to know the truth behind this. Moreover, if he could follow the clues to find the members and weaknesses of the Night Demon Palace and prevent them from breaking the formation and releasing the demons, that would be the best outcome for the Yang family. Yanmo Yangwei returned to his residence, a newly built mansion, one of the most luxurious in Zhangyang City. He had bought it with the spirit stones he earned from performing enchantment magic with Yang Fu over the past 2 years. This showed Yanmo Yang's rise to power. Yang Fu followed him into the mansion. Demons are not skilled in formations, so they could move freely. Yang Fu's disguise techniques were also very advanced. Yanmo Yang would have difficulty detecting him unless he used his Yanmo eyes. Seeing Yanmo Yang return to his bedroom, Yang Fu stopped in the shadows. He pondered for a moment, deciding that today was an opportunity to eliminate Yan Mo Yang silently. Old Yang's strength was at the 3rd level of the foundation establishment stage, while Yang Fu was at the 12th level of the key refining stage. If it were a contest of pure strength, Yang Fu might not necessarily have the upper hand. However, Yang Fu had another identity, unknown to the demons of Zhangyang City, and even to the people of the Yunnan Spirit Sect. His senior brothers and uncles at the Earth Spirit Pavilion couldn't fathom it either. This identity was inherited from Yang Shi. Yang Fu's figure shifted like a phantom, setting up 12 array flags outside Old Sheep's mansion. Outsiders couldn't see any change, but from this moment on, all sounds and spiritual energy fluctuations inside were isolated. He slapped 6 third-grade talismans onto his body. Boom, 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 boom. He then consumed 3 third-grade pills to enhance his combat power. Yang Fu's eyes flashed with scarlet flames, and his entire body emanated an extremely dangerous aura. Finally, he took out the enchanted Eye of Yama, glass fire bottle and a feng shui diagram. Divine power. 6 elements returned to 1. All 6 types of spiritual energy in the air around Yang Fu were stripped away. Then, a stream of flames flowed from the glass fire bottle in his hand, rushing into Yama Sheep's bedroom. Who dares to cause trouble at my old sheep's house? A violent aura erupted, and Yama Goat's body was enveloped in swirling black smoke and flames. Boom. In the sky, the feng shui diagram shot out 2 wisps of smoke, one black and one white, instantly dispelling Yama Goat's demonic power, and his entire aura plummeted. Seeking death, Yama Goat's entire body erupted with even more violent demonic energy, and he leaped up, throwing a punch at Yang Fu. A phantom of a hellish sheep appeared in the darkness, the soul of Yama Goat's ancestor. This attack carried demonic power and the strength of a demonic body, unmatched by any cultivator of the same level. Herr Yang Fu smiled disdainfully, his body slightly shifting, and he rushed forward at twice the speed of Yama Goat, a giant fist phantom as tall as a 3-story building descending. Bang! Yama Goat was directly sent flying. He triggered the array's restrictions in mid-air and fell to the ground, like a toy thrown away by a child. His entire body spat out countless drops of blood, losing his fighting ability in a single move. Then, the fiery stream from the glazed fire bottle swept up the Yama sheep. A restrictive fire. With its entire body under a restriction, the Yama sheep lost all ability to resist. Yang Fu could end this foundation establishment level 3 demon's life at any moment. Yang Fu lightly clapped his fist, the blood on it dissipating into mist. He stood immaculately before the Yama sheep, like a banished immortal. Flames blazed in the Yama sheep's eyes as it tried to activate its Yama eyes to see this person clearly. Wisps of black and white smoke shot from the feng shui diagram in the sky, swirling around his body, preventing him from using his abilities. His body was locked by the glazed fire and the black and white mist, he couldn't do anything. The Yama sheep trembled as it asked, Who are you? Defeated in one move, its body imprisoned, unable to utter a sound. This cultivator's strength was terrifying. The Yama sheep even thought this was a human cultivator at the golden core stage. As for the minotaur-like Yama Goat, even without the Yama's eye, it was obvious it was fake. Only human cultivators could pull off such a feat. Yang Genshuo was stunned by the fleeting battle. He glanced at the battle log and remembered Yang Fu's other identity, Yang Batman Fu. That's right, the 2nd-generation Batman of the Yang family. With spirit stones, one can do whatever one wants. Yang Fu truly embodied the meaning of his name. He slapped 3rd-grade pills and talismans on himself like eating and drinking. He immediately consumed 30 mid-grade spirit stones worth of consumables, then added the low-grade treasure, glazed fire bottle, and the mid-grade treasure, demon sealing diagram, he had specially purchased. Yama Goat didn't even have time to resist and was subdued in one move. This battle amused Yang Genshuo. Good, that move should actually be called Heaven and Earth Throw. What's the difference between that and directly throwing spirit stones at someone? As expected of Yang Fu, so steady. Old Sheep was now completely Yang Fu's prey, at Yang Fu's mercy. Under the 3rd-grade concealment array, no one outside could detect him. Unless the Golden Core Stage Feng Family Array Master happened to arrive at that moment, no one outside would know what he did. As for the Feng Family experts, HMPH Yang Fu held the City Lord's token in his hand. If there was any unusual activity nearby, he would be the first to know. He looked at Yan Moyang, not removing his disguise, and said in a hoarse voice, What is your relationship with the Feng family, Yan Moyang's pupils dilated upon hearing those two words. How did you know the Feng family was in the city? Tell me your relationship. One wrong word and you die. Yan Moyang looked at the human cultivator who appeared to be a golden core stage cultivator, his eyes filled with struggle. The other party knew about the Feng family and had found him, clearly knowing a lot. If he lied, he would definitely die. He glanced back at his newly built mansion, extremely reluctant to leave. He hadn't even had a few months to enjoy it properly. He couldn't die here. He chose that path because he couldn't make a living, but now he has spirit stones and can earn them continuously. He hasn't even had his fill of the delicious food on the spirit continent. But if he speaks out, he might be hunted down by the Night Demon Palace. That terrifying organization. At this moment, it seems like two dead ends are laid out on either side of Yang Shi. Seeing that he remained silent, Yang Fu snorted coldly. It seems you're going to protect your master, then. Wait. Senior. I'm willing to speak, but I have a request. You must escort me out of the city. Chapter 274 The Demon Realm Sky Garden and the Great Night Dynasty. You have no right to make demands of me. Speak or die, you only have these two paths. Yang Fu refused Yan Moyang's request. Now a prisoner, Yan Moyang, having understood his situation, was no longer afraid. Then kill me. Anyway, I'll die whether I speak or not. Compared to them, I'd rather die at your hands. At least I won't be persecuted by those terrifying guys. Them? You mean the demons of the Night Demon Palace, right? Yan Moyang glanced at Yang Fu, disguised as a minotaur, and remained silent, tacitly agreeing. Leaving the city. I can't guarantee that, but if you cooperate, I'll let you go and won't tell anyone you leaked the information. Hehe, you don't understand them at all. What they want to know, even if you don't tell them, they'll still know. Yang Fu's heart stirred, a profound smile appearing on his face. Oh? What my heavenly mystery sect wants to cover up, who in this world could know? Heavenly mystery sect. You're a Taoist master of the heavenly mystery sect. Yan Moyang immediately became excited. At this moment, he finally understood why they had been so secretive, yet they had still been found. If it were Taoists from the heavenly mystery sect, it wouldn't be difficult. The heavenly mystery sect was extremely famous in the demon realm. They could travel to the demon realm at any time. The current demon emperor had been beaten by Taoists from the heavenly mystery sect that day. The demon emperor's screams could be heard throughout the entire demon realm. Thinking of what the Feng family had done, Old Sheep felt it was very likely to attract the attention of the heavenly mystery sect. After all, this matter was too significant. But he still had some doubts about Yang Fu. What makes you think you're from the heavenly mystery sect? The Yang Shi clan's perception is among the best in the demon realm. You can sense it carefully. The next moment, Yang Fu shouted in his heart, Ancestor. Help. Give him a blessing that obscures the heavenly secrets. Yang Genshuo had been watching this closely and immediately understood Yang Fu's actions. With a wave of his hand, a blessing descended upon Yang Shi Yang Wei, incense offering 100, a layer of unfathomable mist of fate shrouded Yan Moyang's head. His future was blocked, and anyone who tried to investigate or divine him would be led astray. Moreover, Yang Genshuo could see who was investigating old Yang. Yan Moyang closed his eyes and suddenly sensed a cloud above his head, giving him a strange sense of security. But when he opened his eyes, he could see nothing. He vaguely felt that his fate was being protected. This inexplicable feeling was precisely the method of the heavenly mystery sect. Old Yang was immediately excited. You are truly an immortal of the heavenly mystery sect. Please forgive my previous disrespect. I am willing to do things for you. All of this. I was forced into it. Yang Fu waved his hand. Tell me everything you, the Night Demon Palace, and the Feng family have been doing. Okay, it all started 50 years ago. At that time, a shadow demon came up and said he was a demon from the Night Demon Palace. Yan Moyang recounted everything he knew, and Yang Genshuo listened attentively. Yan Moyang wasn't a member of the Night Demon Palace's original forces. Only the shadow demon, who flew up 50 years ago, was. All the other demons in Zhangyang City were developed by him, and he required them to conceal their identities. Their task was to experiment with a formation in Zhangyang City. Once completed, this formation would open a rift between the demon realm and Zhangyang City, allowing them to transport supplies from the demon realm. The Night Demon was able to win them over because the supplies from the demon realm were invaluable to the harsh living conditions of Zhangyang City. However, the formation wasn't perfect, frequently causing spatial fluctuations and surges in magical power, which led to its discovery by the city lord. They managed to escape thanks to their possessions. However, the formation remained unsuccessful. The Shadow Demon, originally a demon skilled in formations, spent 45 years researching it without success, and was even captured several times during the reign of City Lord Gongsun Takesu. But things changed 5 years ago when a golden core stage human formation master named Feng Zhang arrived in Zhangyang City. They've become more discreet, even the City Lord can't detect them, and the formation is constantly being improved through experimentation. Now they can reliably transmit supplies from the demon realm every night. Previously, Yan Moyang coveted these supplies, but now that he's wealthy, he can buy large quantities of supplies from surrounding cities with spirit stones. He doesn't really need to rely on the shadow demons for a living. However, since they not only have the shadow demon, a high-level foundation establishment demon, but also the golden core expert Feng Zhang, he doesn't dare say anything. He continues to operate quietly, cooperating with them to improve the formation. Especially now that City Lord Yang Fu has left, they can operate with even more peace of mind, making a commotion won't hurt. After saying this, Yan Moyang shamelessly said, "Senior, I truly joined the Night Demon Palace out of necessity. I'm just trying to make a living, I have no other intentions. I promise to cooperate with whatever you want to do with him. I only beg you to spare my life." Yan Moyang is an outer member of the Night Demon Palace. The information he knows comes from the Night Demon Palace's shadow demons after they arrived in Zhangyang City. Yang Fu pondered for a moment, then asked, "Did the Night Demon Palace tell you why they insisted on creating this formation? And why is the Feng family helping them?" "Well, the shadow demons wouldn't let us ask that, but as you know, our Yama sheep clan has excellent perception. I vaguely overheard a bit of their conversation, something about how the formation is still unfinished, and it won't be complete until it can teleport the demons here." Teleport the demons? Yang Fu's heart skipped a beat. The Night Demon Palace's goal was the same as the demon clans. They both wanted to come to the human world. However, the demon clan wanted to break through the barrier to descend upon the Great Nai Dynasty, while the demon clan chose Zhangyang City on the Lingmiao continent. What are the demon and demon clan going to do to the human race? Once Yang Fu confirmed the Night Demon Palace's actions, he felt he could report it to the sect for resolution. Zhangyang City was the territory of the Yunine Spirit sect. If the demon clan wanted to create a teleportation array that could transport them here, the sect would definitely not let them get away with it. What kind of high-level foundation establishment stage demons could the Yunine Spirit sect possibly be capable of? What golden core cultivator? Refined in an instant, Yan Moyang had already shared all the information he knew, but Yang Fu still had one question. The Feng family are human cultivators, why are they helping them? Feng Sun is the #1 genius of the 12 dynasties, his talent is no weaker than the top genius Murinzian. Their Feng family is also a newly promoted golden core immortal clan, aiming to establish themselves in the Lingmiao continent. Why would they participate in the Night Demon Palace's demon clan's actions? At this moment, on another screen of Yang Genshuo, Yang Qiang, far away in the Xianji sect, had finished casting his spell. He held a pile of excerpts from historical texts in his hands. Ancestor, the Feng family and the demon clan have a great connection. Oh no, it should be the Sky Garden dynasty and the demon realm have a connection. Moreover, I also discovered a hidden route between the Sky Garden and the Danai dynasty. Chapter 275, Before, I had no choice, now, I want to be a good demon. So that's how it is. After hearing the historical secrets Yang Qiang had uncovered, Yang Genshuo finally understood what had happened. As the only family among the 12 dynasties to rule an entire dynasty, the Feng family possessed the strongest overall strength. Using the resources of an entire dynasty to supply a single immortal race, if the Feng family wasn't wealthy, who would? Even the Yang family, who led the cultivators of the Danai dynasty in developing the Demon Wind Forest, couldn't match the Feng family's foundation. Their achievements were due not only to the accumulation of generations of family cultivators, but also to external forces. The Sky Gardens, with its unique geographical location, served as a natural transit point, allowing the construction of passages to other worlds. The ancestors of the Feng family had once led demons on expeditions, sweeping across the entire dynasty. After their success, the Feng family patriarch simply sealed off the passage to the demon realm. Historically, there was also a passage between the Sky Gardens and the Danai dynasty, which was also closed. If it weren't for Yang Qiang and the Heavenly Mystery Sect, I really wouldn't have known about such a secret. The Heavenly Mystery Sect was a vast historical library. The Yang family could gain a wealth of knowledge through Yang Kang. After recounting the history of the Feng family and the demon clan to Yang Fu, Yang Genshuo asked, "Yang Fu, what do you think?" Yang Fu answered in his mind, "There must be some kind of deal between the Feng family and the demon clan. The benefits of this deal are so great that the Feng family is willing to take the risk to help the demon clan complete this teleportation array. What kind of benefit could make the Feng family risk the annihilation of the Golden Core Immortal clan?" Yang Fu pondered the content of the deal between the Feng family and the demon clan. Seeing that the senior of the Heavenly Mystery sect remained silent for a long time, Yan Moyang tentatively said, "Senior, I have told you everything I know. You are a person of great ability, so you naturally know whether I am lying or not. Considering my honest confession, regarding the matter of joining the Night Demon Palace by chance back then to earn a living, old Yang distanced himself completely, portraying himself as just someone who worked to make a living." Yang Fu expressed his doubts. Old Yang was, after all, a Foundation establishment stage demon. It was impossible for him to be unable to afford food, but it was understandable that he would be attracted by the profits. After all, Zhangyang City belonged to the Lingmiao continent, where many resources were unavailable in the demon realm. The demon crystals that their demon race needed were extremely rare, unless purchased with a large sum of spirit stones from outside. This was the fundamental reason why the demon race in Zhangyang City had always been so weak. This place was not suitable for their cultivation and residence. Most demons had entered the Lingmiao continent by chance through a special rift. Wait, Yang Fu's eyes narrowed as he thought of a crucial matter. Ancestor, demons are different from monsters. Perhaps we misunderstood their purpose from the beginning, or perhaps the words Night Demon Palace misled us. Oh? Tell me your thoughts. Yang Genshuo was quite looking forward to Yang Fu's explanation. After all, it seemed that they didn't understand the purpose of the Feng family's actions. Could it be that the Feng family had a good relationship with the demon race and came to help them on purpose? Ancestor, according to the information Kyanger gave us, there's a fundamental difference between the demon race and the monster race. Cultivation resources. The monster race's high fertility has overwhelmed the myriad demon realm, so they seek to break through the barrier, release the monster race, and occupy more territory to multiply. They also find it very convenient to use the territory of our human cultivators. The demon race is different. Their cultivation methods are vastly different from humans. The demonic energy and demonic crystals of the demon realm are key to their cultivation. After arriving on the spirit continent, their cultivation speed has drastically decreased, and the combat abilities of demon race members above the Foundation establishment stage are weaker than those of humans. Therefore, the demon race doesn't want to come to the spirit continent. Given the opportunity, they even want to return to the demon realm. The monster race and the demon race have completely opposite goals. The demon race doesn't want to come to the spirit continent at all. Then why are they researching this formation? Yang Fu quickly explained his thoughts, and Yang Zhenchuo immediately understood. You're right. The demons have no reason to come to the Lingmiao continent. Could they be taking the demons from Zhangyang City back? Since the formation is for transporting people, either the demons are coming up or going down. No. The demons in Zhangyang City are weak, and almost all of them are rogue cultivators. There's no reason for them to come specifically to rescue them. Yang Fu also strongly agreed with his ancestor. They didn't. These demons are almost worthless to the vast demon realm. It's like the United Spirit sect wouldn't specifically build a teleportation array in the sect to the rogue cultivator market in Yang Town. Yang Town is the small town where the Yang family's ancestral home is located. That's strange. Yang Fu's discovery made the whole matter even more perplexing. At this moment, Yan Moyang was still watching closely. Yang Fu had often worked with Yan Moyang in recent years and was afraid that he would see through their disguise. He wanted to resolve Yan Moyang's matter first before considering the Feng family's purpose. Yam, seeing that you've basically told the truth, I'll give you a chance. Please speak, Senior. Yam Ram's face lit up with joy. Every time he thought of the day the demon emperor was beaten to pulp by the Xianji sect Taoists, he trembled. The name Xianji sect was a powerful name in the demon realm. Now, defeated in a single move, Yam Ram was powerless to resist. He could outwardly comply with threats, but the Xianji sect Taoists knew the past and the future. I've shielded you from the heavenly secrets. Apart from me, no one else can find out what happened to you. You don't need to worry about the Night Demon Palace knowing I was here. Thank you for your kindness, Senior. Yam Ram could feel a warm and safe aura enveloping him. I've noticed the Night Demon Palace members disrupting the order of the two realms. We'll deal with them in the future. Until then, continue working for them and report your deeds to me truthfully. Yang Wei obeys. It's my honor to serve the Heavenly Mystery Sect. You have some insight. I'll spare your life today. Don't ruin this opportunity, it's your only chance. I'll be watching you closely. After Yang Fu finished speaking, he formed a hand seal, and a red worm shot into Yan Mo Yang's eye. Yan Mo Yang dared not resist. Of course, suppressed by the two magical artifacts, he was powerless to resist. He could only let the worm crawl into his eyeball and burrow into his brain. This is a brain-eating goo if you try anything funny. After Yang Fu finished speaking, the Feng Shui diagram and the glass fire bottle in the sky were retrieved into his storage ring. He himself stepped onto the demon ceiling diagram, and transformed into a wisp of black and white smoke, leaving. The array flags around the mansion turned into streams of light and disappeared into Yang Fu's hands. In an instant, Yang Fu vanished without a trace. Yan Moying slumped to the ground, panting heavily. He felt something staring at him from the HUD. Although the senior from the Heavenly Mystery Sect hadn't said anything about its function, Yan Moying was already terrified just hearing its name. Damn Night Demon Palace, Feng family. You've ruined me. Yan Moying pounded the floor, his face filled with grief. He glanced back at his mansion, his expression resolute. Don't blame me, I really haven't enjoyed my life yet. All of this was given to me after Lord Yang Fuchen came. I can't let him down. I must lead the demons of Zhangyang City to practice enchanting magic and achieve common prosperity. Before, I had no choice, but now I want to be a good demon. End of this chapter. Thank you so much for reading until the end. Don't forget to give it a like. Looking for more exclusive content and immediate access? Subscribe to our Patreon. Remember, every like, subscription or donation encourages us to continue. Thank you all. See you in the next video.